Testing.
Welcome everybody to day 11 of LAS. I'm Seth. We have KJ Freedom here from Storm Gaming handling our production. And it's also a pleasure to welcome our casters for tonight. Joining us for the second time, I believe, we have Raph and Minho. How are you two gentlemen doing?
Doing well, doing well. Excited to get this final regular season game going.
Yeah, same here. How are you, Minho?
Doing great, man. Doing great, chilling. Can't wait. Brimming with excitement, like Rafi said,
Yep. Yeah, we'll talk about the games real quick, but just want to remind everybody you guys are watching LAS, stands for League Angkop Series. This is our Angkop fundraiser by way of an esports tournament with League of Legends. Funds generated are all through viewership. And I want to thank all our viewers so far that have helped us raise our funds this July, which goes all 100% goes to Angkop. Alright, and if you haven't already done so, make sure you register and sign up for a Trovo account on the top right of your screen, I believe. And that way you can chat with us during the games. Also, you can have a chance to win a $25 Amazon gift card tonight, right? I want to congratulate Banana for winning last night's raffle. And I'm sure she already spent that $25 Amazon gift card. I can think of so many things I can buy with that thing. Unfortunately, I'm not eligible, but the casters here are eligible. So you guys just have the stream on. You have a chance to win. Now, how do you win, right? First, I'd like to say that you will need to sign up, right? Like I said, you need to sign up for a Trovo account so we know that it's you. We will be doing a drawing at the end of the broadcast, right? Based on the registered viewers. Also, you have to be present when your name is drawn. Otherwise, we will redraw. It was really close last night. We called Banana, and at the very last second of the countdown, she was like, "No, I'm here." So she was able to claim it. We do 4 viewer checks throughout the night, right? One at the beginning of the broadcast, which is about now. Another one during our first break. Another one during the second break. And then finally at the end. So the more times that you have an entry, right, the higher chance you'll have a chance to win. So keep that stream on. Every time we do a check, we have an entry for your name. And while you're at it, hit the follow button at the bottom. And so let's do a quick recap on what happened last night. Were you guys able to watch the games last night?
I caught the second half, yeah.
Second half? Yeah, so the beginning of the night, Charlie in the Pinnacle Factory was sitting there at last place at the 4th position. And the only way that they would be able to overtake the 3rd position was to go 3-0. And you know what? They did it, right? And it was really exciting because there's so many exciting plays there. There's one moment where Charlie in the Pinnacle Factory was so far ahead, and SFC Telcom T1 had these moments where they could have stolen it, right? They stole the Baron twice. They pushed down the middle. I think they were going to push through, but for some reason they weren't able to make it. So, congratulations to Charlie in the Pinnacle Factory. They're going to hold on to that 3rd position. They're going to wait who's going to be number 2, while SFC Telcom T1 is going to play the number 1 seed. Now, we are going to determine that tonight between Team Rocket and Joe Momma. So, this is a really exciting game. Minho, I don't know if you've been following. Who do you have tonight winning?
Honestly, I'm a fan of both teams. I casted Team Rocket last time I was on here, and they put on a bit of a show. I know Joe Momma, they're doing pretty well too, so I can't really say. They're expecting quite a few great games tonight, Yeah,
that's going to be a good game. So what about you, Raph? Who do you have tonight? Who do you favor?
I'm a little biased because that ADC down in Team Rocket, that's my little bro. And then, of course, my best friend's on that team too, so I got to side with them. But, Team Joe Momma, I'm excited to see what they do. A lot of the teams have matured throughout the season, and so it'll be exciting to see what they come up with.
Yeah, and, if we look at the standings, if we show the standings real quick, production, Team Rocket just has a 1-win lead on Joe Momma. Now, I haven't crunched the numbers that, what would happen if they are tied. Right now, if you look at the 3 and 4 position, Charlie and the Pinnacle Factor are tied with SFC Telcom T1. But since the regular season matchups, they favored that. So that's why they're ahead. I don't know who is ahead between the two. We'll look at during the games itself. But right now Team Rocket has a 1-game lead, and so they're starting off in a forward position, and we'll see how it goes. I'm really interested who wins the pennant this season, right? Who's gonna claim that #1 seed? But also, more importantly, I want to see how it shakes up in the playoffs. So I'm really excited for that. So it looks like we have started our picks and bans. And I'm gonna throw it to you, casters, so you can discuss, what they picked and what we're gonna be seeing in this next game. So take it away, casters.
All right, Minho.
All right, so we start out seeing the bands here. We see the Silas, Rammus, and Volibear bands coming from Team Rocket here. And we see the Irelia and the Ziggs bands. Irelia definitely targeting the Hercules.
Yeah,
so
and
he's been playing that a lot, I know, practicing her a lot.
it looks like on the side of Team Rocket, they're trying to ban out Keith's junglers. Now, we saw yesterday, Charlie and the Pentakill Factory, they changed the roles up, right? We saw Charlie actually go jungle. And I'm not sure if Team Joe Mama will throw a curveball like Charlie and the Pentakill Factory did yesterday. We also see the Shen first pick by Hercules. This is his best champion, most played.
Yeah.
Man, he's gotten me out of a ton of tough situations with that Shen. So giving him that Shen does give him a bit of a comfortable advantage here.
Definitely comfort picks coming through here in the top lane, as well as Lauren's Heimerdinger, a big boy ho. It's a Heimerdinger coming out in the top lane, it looks like. Gonna see some action there. And then we see the Swain coming out for Joe Mama here. Where do you think that's going? Do you think Joe's gonna take that in the mid lane, or do you think that's going to go in the bot lane with Neil?
That might go into bot lane with Neil. They're gonna swap here. So it looks like they might just save Keith's jungle pick towards the end. Trying to get these guys their champions.
The Ezreal comes out, very safe pick in the AD carry position. Good, nice pick in. Let's see what comes out of Cucumber.
Yeah, one thing to note too, if I'm Team Joe Mama, is looking to shut down the bot lane, right? You have Meta Awesome and CeeLo B, who are amazing at the bot lane, and we've seen them really farm up in games where they're behind, and they come out late game, right, because of that farm advantage. Now, if I'm Team Joe Mama, I wouldn't want CeeLo B to have an ADC that's quite mobile, right? Just because if they do decide to make ganks or make any plays down bot, we don't want him to just slip right through. So this will be interesting. We'll see what. Oh, there we go. Oh, I thought he was about to pick the Vi jungle there. The Vi ult could close that gap. Yeah.
And then the Sejuani coming out for Team Joe Mama here. The big beefiness, the CC, the crowd control coming out for Team Joe Mama here. And then, like you mentioned before, Ezreal being that safe pick, right? Shen definitely gonna keep that AD carry alive throughout those fights as well.
And if you look at Team Rocket's composition so far, you have Shen, who has a global ult. And for those who haven't played League or are unfamiliar, Shen's ultimate ability is he teleports to an ally champion and provides them a shield. So for example, if they do jump on the Ezreal, the attack damage carry here, Shen's ultimate can provide one Ezreal a shield, and after a given amount of time, he will teleport right exactly where Ezreal is to support him wherever that champion is. So Shen up top can be in the bottom lane in a matter of seconds, so that's huge. And that proves to the point of their composition here, they're quite a mobile comp between these first three picks. We have Galio, whose ultimate is also similar to Shen's, where he will go to a given ally champion.
Right, so there's definitely a lot of the globalness that you said, that the team can back each other up very easily with this comp. So a lot of safe protection available for the carries on the side of Team Rocket. And we see a lot of support bans coming out in the second phase here. Braum and Zillia on the side of Team Joe Mama, definitely targeting Meta Awesome. And then we see the Morgana and Leona coming out. So where do you see the support, the support picks coming through here?
I think Neilio will go with the Swain support. I do, if I can make a prediction, think that Meta Awesome is going to pick that Thresh. He is quite deadly with those hooks. Getting those picks can prove beneficial. Thresh can also peel, right, with his Flay. Also get anyone out of a sticky situation with the Lantern. That's what I see going on here.
All right, and then we see the Master Yi coming in for the Naoshi in the jungle here. Definitely going in for that high DPS role in the jungle. Unlike the Sejuani pick on the side of Joe Mama here, who went for that tanky role. And then let's see what Meta Awesome picks here. Probably see the Thresh and the Galio will go in the mid, or maybe it's a Galio support. Maybe they're just flexing the Galio pick here.
That could be true. And Alistar.
The Alistar.
It looks like they're going full peel for both Ezreal and Master Yi here, the 2 damage dealers.
And a good sense of engage too on the side because of the Alistar pick. You know, headbutt pulverize combo, right? A lot of good guaranteed CC with that ultimate. You know, making him very tanky as well as getting rid of all of the crowd control on the moment. And then we see the Maokai coming in the bot lane. It looks like the Maokai support.
And so
it's gonna be very annoying for this Alistar who wants to be in that bush, right?
Right.
So it looks like Waka Waka hovering the Jhin right now, and nearly on the Swain for that comfort, like we mentioned earlier for Hercules.
Right. I think Team Joe Mama here has to force, right, these ultimates to come out of Shen and Galio. And they retreat almost immediately when this happens. And when Shen, for example, goes from top to bottom, top has to push and make him pay, right, for moving across the map.
Right,
so it's really going to be about map control. There's going to be these game time, quick decisions that have to be made. So shot calling is going to play a huge factor in how this game plays out.
Right, you know, making sure they grab vision. They don't want to get picked off, and all of a sudden they see like a Shen and a Galio jumping in on him as well. Right. So it's going to be a very, very intense game coming from both sides here, I hope, this game. So see what happens, right?
Yeah, I would say Team Joe Mama does have a more balanced team when it comes to attack damage versus ability power. Right, we only see AP coming from the Galio here, maybe a little bit from Ezreal, but not so much. We do have the Swain, the Maokai, and the Heimer, right, leaving Jhin as the only primarily attack damage heavy champion, right? So if you're on the side of Team Rocket, yes, you build tanky, but now you have to both build MR and armor, which makes, you know, your item composition a little bit
right.
tricky.
So definitely makes it trickier, but also, like you mentioned, it's more balanced, but also, you know, it's a lot harder to play around as well, right? You know, you have a, you know, what if Joe gets picked out, you know, like you mentioned, right? And it's like they can just sort of pressure around that, right? Focus on MR, maybe focus on getting Waka Waka behind early so they don't have to sort of itemize around that during the game.
But Waka Waka is an amazing ADC. He can definitely deliver damage, and I believe he also cautions on the side of safety most of the time. So we don't see. I don't think he will be extending himself, or he will get picked off. And so as long as he remains, you know, on top of his game with regards to farming, and he just delivers all that damage while his front line soaks it up, right? I think they should be in a good position as well.
Right. I agree. But the Galio is definitely going to make it easy for the ganks for the setup.
Oh, most definitely. I think in this game, we will see a number of, you know, those 4-man ganks, you know, when you see Shen and Galio on top of the support and ADC, which does cause a little bit of pressure in the Dragon Pit, right? But we'll see how Team Joe Mama reacts to that.
Right, so I do want to see, what do you think out of summer spells at the mid lane though for your Waka Waka? Do you expect the cleanse to come out to be even safer, like you mentioned, or do you see more like an offensive spell to counter this melee range matchup in the Jhin Galio?
I actually don't know. What do you think? We've played with Waka Waka a couple times, but I can't pick his brain on this one.
Well, if I was in Waka Waka, I'd go with the cleanse to be super safe, like you mentioned before. I want to be safe, make sure I'm farming and all that. But Waka Waka is definitely the type of player to take advantage of those situations and definitely go aggro. So
it actually just registered in my head that he would be going mid. I see that.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. I don't know why that slipped past me. But Minho, you want to mention to our viewers why we see this I would say, an uncommon bot lane setup by Team Joe Mama here.
So I play a lot of bot lane. I play a lot of AD carry, and I definitely do see mages in that role instead of your typical attack damage carry. You just sort of have to form your team around that though. So that's why I see Nelio being the Swain player that he is. They definitely needed some AD if they were going with this strategy. Probably Lauren or Big Boy Ho or Waka Waka needed to fill in that attack damage role. So they, like you mentioned earlier in the game, you don't want to be completely itemized against it by the enemy team. So, but yeah, I mean, Nelio,
so
I definitely seen him pop off.
Right.
But we are in game now.
We are live with game 1 of the final game of our regular season. We have Team Rocket versus Team Joe Mama. Everyone stay tuned. We'll see what the level 1 plays here are. We do see Shen up top by himself. And Team Joe Mama making
going for the invade. Going for that blue side invade.
So they're expecting an invade from their own side of the jungle on the bottom side, as you can see with Team Rocket here.
Yes, but Joe Mama definitely has the order, so they know they're there. So they're probably just gonna steal each other's blues here and just do it like a top-bottom jungle swap, essentially, right?
Right.
So now that we stole the blue, now that we have each other's blue, what do you see coming out of each side? What do you see them focusing on instead of because it's not your traditional jungle route, right?
Right.
So,
typically when I invade, I always look for securing my own buffs afterwards. Right, so if I'm, for example, Sejuani, I have two options. Do I gank Shen right after, right, or do I go get my red? The thing is, whether you gank Shen or whether you gank whether you gank Shen or take your red, you're still gonna end up being level 2. But if I'm Key Lime and you want to play it safe, I would go back to red. Two of the more gutsy calls would be to take the Gromp there as well. Gromp does provide a number of experience, or you gank Shen top. But it looks like Big Booey Ho does like to play safe with that Heimerdinger. She does want to farm under tower here, so they're just gonna play it safe. Key Lime moving on to the Raptors, and Mastery at his own red here. We see Alistar coming down.
Yeah, we just see Alistar coming down, but we also saw Waka Waka punishing that melee matchup early, chunking this Galio.
Yeah, he is poking Galio real hard. If I'm Waka Waka, I'm warding my river bushes, right? Being pushed up that far does leave him susceptible to ganks.
Right, he ran with the exhaust here to try to either kite out or secure the kill here. Oh man, the punish coming in from Waka Waka there.
I think we're gonna see that all, at least early game, from Waka Waka.
Right, so because of this matchup, do you see the Galio itemizing defensively against that, or do you just go full out and then try to cheese Waka Waka when the Mass E comes or something?
I think Cucumber leans on the side of playing it a lot more safe. At least until Shen hits that level 6, right? Once Shen hits that level 6, I can already hear Kirk saying, "Go in," right? And he's gonna ult almost immediately.
And man, we just saw Cucumber almost go down there to Waka Waka. Gonna have to go back. Give up the minions and the XP, the gold in the mid lane. Waka Waka definitely pressuring, taking advantage of this, getting himself ahead in that matchup. But then we see, it looks like maybe a little scuffle over the top Scuttle Crab, maybe?
Yeah, we see bot lane here.
And then bot lane going in on the middle also. And they, both ignites go. Oh, only one ignite went down. Surprisingly.
See, Alistar is such a misleading champion if you're on the opposing team, right? Sometimes you think he's low on health, but he's just so tanky and beefy that he can almost bait you in. But good job by Nelio and Trillian, just backing off, continuing to farm.
Right. And then looks like the CS differentials aren't too bad right now, it looks like. And then up, We
Here's the
see
fight.
Naoshi on the key lime.
That's a good
Gets
snipe
the
by Naoshi.
scuttle taken from him.
Bot lane comes to help, and Naoshi smartly backs off.
Key lime having to burn the flash there, but gets away with his life. And then we see Lauren punishing Hercules on this Shen. Again, that melee range matchup, right? Like,
Yeah.
definitely. It seems that Joe Mama is definitely going for that lane dominance in the solo lanes this game. And then, so Dragon is up. Hopefully we'll see some pressure around there. But it looks like Lauren is just doing mean things to Hercules right now.
Very true. And I'm looking at the items so far. Team Joe Mama has 2 pinks that they're waiting to use right here. It looks like Keith did just buy a control ward. He's going to head over to Dragon, if I'm not mistaken. Clear out that vision. But Master Yi did get the scuttle. So naturally they have vision of the Dragon as well.
And I believe he also got top scuttled as well. So he double scuttled Key Lime here. So definitely ahead with the experience. So where do you see Naoshi here, knowing that he's a level up essentially on Key Lime here almost? Do you see
I would go for Dragon.
Just go for Dragon?
Yeah, if you're a level up, right, either gank and set yourselves up for an easy drag, or go straight for Dragon. But it looks like Key Lime's a step ahead of him.
And we
Naoshi
see
going
lane,
topside. This should be a free Dragon.
And then we also see bot lane and mid lane have that priority. Their lanes are pushed up. They're the first ones to react. And they just get a free Dragon out of this.
Yeah, now getting a Dragon or giving up Dragon that early is not too big of a deal. However, if I'm Naoshi and I know that that Key Lime is bot side, I am in his jungle, you know, denying him of his own jungle farm. Or ganking top, one of the 2 things, right?
Oh, we see Key Lime coming to gank the bot lane right after.
And Meta Awesome is a little bit caught out, but he gets out safely.
We see Cucumber on the Galio making Waka Waka burn the flash. But we do get the Shen ultimate out though. Not reaping any benefits from that ultimate, so kind of wasted.
And that's a great job from Team Joe Mama. This is exactly what Joe was anticipating, right? That Shen, that Kirk will be pretty trigger happy with his ultimate. But as you saw there, he got out the Master Yi gank and also the Shen ultimate, and now Shen had to spend his TP up top.
We see a bit of an invade, and then the Galio ulti coming in for the back of the Alistar. Meta Awesome gets the first blood, and the Key Lime looks surely to go down here. Kill goes over to CeeLo beyond the Ezreal. Meta Awesome with the flash headbutts Neilio back into the fight, hopefully trying to get
Can they follow up and secure this kill? Neilio with no mana left gets away from it.
But wow, you were talking about that earlier, right? Where Galio can just come in, back up the team in those situations, and ends up netting them 2 kills for free and a blue buff. It's huge.
Yeah. That was a great job by Cucumber there. Great play. You know, Team Joe Mama might think, oh, Shen no longer has his ult or TP, right? That's half of their global pressure from the top lane, but Cucumber showing that he's going to make an impact here.
Right. The ultimates this game, right? So you got to make sure you keep
We do see a level 4 Sejuani up against a level 7 Shen. I think this Sejuani goes down here.
And Naoshi gets the red.
And Keith is unable to get away.
And then we see more fighting down in the bot lane. Ignite goes down onto Ezreal. But, you know, they're just scuffing it out.
Looks like Team Rocket, after taking Raptors here, the Wraiths, they will go for the Rift Herald.
Right, so we do see almost a 3-level disparity in the jungle role here. Between the junglers. And a huge CS differential as well. Like you mentioned, stealing those camps out, right? Pressuring, knowing that you're ahead.
It's like the Yoshi was listening in on the stream.
He just read your mind, dude.
Exactly. But see, that will keep Key Lime, you know, behind in level. But we do see Waka Waka here making some damage.
But Naoshi's here. He ulted in, trying to catch up, but the exhaust coming in out of Waka Waka.
He doesn't have flash here. Oh, he got out. That's
He gets out by the skin of his teeth. My goodness. It's just non-stop fighting all over the map.
He's playing Waka Waka playing really well there, right? He knows he doesn't have flash. He still is able to get away from the Master Yi gank.
He does have those boots with Swift. I'm not sure if he bought those just now, but Jin, whenever he does crit or lands that 4th shot, he does gain extra movement speed, so definitely helping him to kite out there.
Right.
So now we do see Hercules with the Rift Herald trying to get some gold back. It looks like trying to get some pressure back up in the top lane.
The Rift Herald on Shen is pretty scary because if, for example, bot lane gets into a skirmish, right? We see Shen ultimate down there, and whether or not they secure kills or they get bot lane to back, he can drop Rift Herald in a 3-man push on a given lane. So if I am Team Joe Mama, I will be pressuring lane, especially with Dragon coming up really soon. Nayoshi is clearing his bottom side jungle. What I'd like to see from him is to back, get a control ward, and immediately get vision on Dragon. Right? With Shen having his TP up or his ult?
His ultimate. His
ult
TP
up, right?
is still down, yes.
Yeah. With Shen's ult up, this Dragon should be a team fight if Joe Mama chooses to contest.
Alright, and then we see Metal Awesome trying to come in for a gank in the mid lane.
Key Lime's in the enemy jungle here. It looks like he might be ganking Galio. Does he secure the skill here?
Ultimate, but
the Shen ultimate comes out.
But Meta
Awesome up, jumps on Key Lime. Here comes Nayoshi to clean up.
And then they get the kill on the Waka Waka.
Looks like they'll be pushing mid here. Or they might be moving down to Dragon immediately.
And then we see Big Boy Ho just pressuring the tower, right? Like you mentioned, when Shen leaves, you gotta try.
She has to push that. Yep, which she is doing. So.
And then
it looks like
up.
Whoa!
And the
Bottom
root
lane has a jump on Ezreal.
Onto Ezreal.
Does CeeLo go down? He's still alive.
Can't flash out though.
Both do back off. Meta Awesome and Nayoshi over here. They've secured Drag, and now they're looking into fighting. Does Nayoshi get a Q off? He does. Galio with the ult. Here comes the global pressure. And bot lane goes down on the side of Team Joe Mama. CeeLo B remaining alive, being patient, waiting for his teammates to come after Dragon.
My goodness. That, like you said, right? Those ultimates definitely coming in huge, but...
And I'm thinking Trillian and Nelio probably thought Dragon, brought Team Rocket's health down enough so that they do not gank bot, and they became aggressive against CeeLo B there.
But it looks like they're trying to catch out Nayoshi here.
We have a TP here from Shen. Oh, Galio. My apologies. The Ezreal ult almost taking out Waka Waka.
And then Keylime goes down.
Huge plays here.
Oh, it looks like they're still
going. And the fighting isn't done.
Oh my goodness, Nayoshi with the Alpha Strike catching Waka Waka, but Metal Awesome.
Oh, Nayoshi going in.
Oh my goodness. A little too hype there.
Right.
Blast coating over into the enemy base without minions, but he just gets to recall safely. Wow.
Let's see what Hercules does here. It looks like he wants to fight. He's taking on Big Booey Ho here, reducing her health, and down goes Big Booey Ho.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Big Boy Ho didn't have her ultimate there to try for that fight, so Hercules taking advantage of that.
She does have an 11 farm lead, but with Kirk getting that kill and farming this big wave up top, it looks like he hasn't lost much from roaming.
Right, and do we see the Rift Herald go down? Because we don't see Hercules having the Rift Herald no more.
He might have not used it. I don't think he did.
Right? Unless...
Or maybe just a lapse of judgment.
Well, there was a lot of fighting going on, so...
There was.
And then Nayoshi hands the blue buff over to Cucumber. Nice guy jungler right there. And
Alistar looking to gank.
Coming in behind Waka Waka, but Keylime looks like...
Keylime is looking to follow up here. There's a fight.
The combo. The exhaust coming through the Shen.
And the Shen as well. They're all getting involved in this team fight. Nayoshi coming in to secure the kill as well. They're looking to push mid hard.
Oh my goodness.
This tower is going down. Unless Trillion and Nelio can contest this.
Oh, Trillion gets taunted.
Trillion walking up.
And just CC'd forever.
Yeah, this is a tower you give up, right? Even if you manage to get under tower, that's 4v2. Just let that go.
Yeah, there's no need to give him extra gold as it is. We see Big Boy Ho trying to equalize the tower count here. But we see Nayoshi coming in.
Nayoshi can definitely... Oh, but there's vision there. See,
Yep,
so folks, if you play League, buy control wards. It saves lives. Drop those pinks and bushes.
It's worth the investment.
75 gold. Compared to all the farm you'll be losing if you die.
And plus, you'd be giving your team, or the enemy team, your gold too. So when you die, and the vision now coming in, and then looks like we see Joe Momma focusing this bot side jungle, like hanging around in the box side jungle.
Looks like Team Rocket just wants to be all up in their jungle here. Meta Austin clearing out wards.
Right, so the reason why they're able to just walk in here is because they lost that mid turret, right?
Right.
Losing that outer mid
There's
turret
a TP.
opens up the jungle.
Shen coming in, looking to fight here.
And we see
CeeLo B behind.
And
Galio ult
ulti
here.
coming in.
Support the ADC again. Peeling for CeeLo B here as he delivers damage.
And then Kirkus was just zoning out the rest of the team while Team Rocket was hunting down Keyline there.
This global pressure from Team Rocket is a bit overwhelming, especially when they already have the objective lead here.
Oh, and then
but
they
as
just
you can see,
blast
they
over
keep
the
going
wall.
in.
Nelio's staying alive. Oh,
here goes Waka Waka's ult.
The Team Rocket bite off a little bit more than they can chew here, and then it looks like they just
walk out
they just let it go.
CeeLo B farming bot lane pretty well here, and he's pushing in the tower. It looks like that one's going to go down as well. So much pressure going on. They do leave Big Booey Ho up top, right? And she does take that tower, so that's a good job on her part. But we definitely want to see more team plays from Team Joe Momma here, just to get back some type of punishment.
I think they need to, and then they just can't. They get another pick comes out of Key Lime here.
That's right. We did see Meta Awesome clearing out wards, right? Especially in preparation for Dragon, and Team Rocket just capitalizing on the lack of vision from Team Joe Momma's side there.
Right, so I'm just looking at the item discrepancies here, and almost everyone on Team Rocket has their mythic items now, whereas only Big Boy Ho and Waka Waka grabbing their mythics. So you were mentioning the team fight, but I think they need to focus on getting picks, because if they go for that team fight, I think they're just a little bit too far behind to go for that team fight that they're looking for.
What I would like to see from Team Joe Momma is to move more as a unit, so that when there are those one or two champions, we're not looking for that ARAM style walk down mid. There's no way. Team Rocket is in a sizable lead right now, right, with a 15-0 score here. All outer turrets except for top gone. They have 2 dragons versus Team Joe Momma's 1. Team Joe Momma just needs to play safe here, ward up, clear out wards as well.
And with this lead, they need to try to regain some of that vision, like you said, right? Clear out the wards, but also try to get those picks, because otherwise.
Meta Awesome diving here. Team Rocket capitalizing.
And Waka Waka using the Gale Force to get in there and try to save Big Boy Ho, and then the ultimate from Trillion coming in. The Galio ultimate coming in just try to be give a little extra protection. And Waka Waka trying to snipe him out as well.
Looks like top tower does go down here.
Top tower going down. All the outer towers being down now.
It looks like Keylime and Nelio are pushing bot to counter this top push by Team Rocket.
But it looks like Team Rocket's still going for it, though. It looks like.
Yeah, Team Joe Momma has to protect this. Nayoshi is splitting mid as well. They are going to give up a lot here. Nelio and Keylime do need to back to protect their base here, their inner towers.
So
But
if you're
Nayoshi brings
in,
this one down.
so if you're in this Joe Mama shoes, right? Team Joe Mama shoes here, being this far behind you, not being able to defend your turrets, how would you try to get back in this? But it looks like Trillion trying to walk back into her base does get caught out again.
Yeah, I think you have to start off with vision, right? There's a lot of picks from Team Rocket's side where they're just finding a couple stragglers, you know, roaming around their jungle. Second, I am a fan of Key Lime going into the enemy jungle at that point, denying Nayoshi a farm, but it's a little bit too late in the game right now to make for that to make a significant impact. They do need to protect their towers, right? And Key Lime and Nelio being bot lane or bot side of the map, while Team Rocket was on the top side, gave up the tower.
Right, and it looks like Team Rocket is going for a 20-minute Baron here. Being so far ahead, it definitely makes sense.
It does make sense.
I mean, Cucumber and Metal also trying to zone out the team here.
Now, do they bail from Baron and go to fight? It looks like Nayoshi did bail from Baron. They're looking to fight. Here we have Nayoshi fighting Key Lime. Nayoshi quite low, but he manages to Alpha Strike him as he tries to escape. Big Buiho stepping up. Nayoshi taking advantage of that. He heals.
And then Nayoshi almost going down there. So close.
That is really close. But Nayoshi played it really well.
He did play really well, knowing his cooldowns, knowing that he's going to get out of it, and then they just go back onto the Baron. Makes sense. Jungler's down. Top laner still down. Man advantage. Should be a pretty free Baron.
Yeah, and after this Baron, Team Rocket can have any type of push scenario you would like. You want one top, 3 mid, 1 bot. You can pressure all lanes here because every lane does have a lead.
Right, and
Dragon coming up.
Dragon is coming up. We see the reset coming in. Team Rocket probably going to be focusing the bottom half of the map because of that Dragon, so...
Yeah, I think Shen goes top, right? And everyone
Shen
else
probably goes top, right? Shen does have the teleport, so even though he doesn't have the ultimate, can still get into the fight here.
Team Joe Mama does have the first step on this Dragon on preps for putting Vision 1 and clearing Vision on Dragon, so we'll see how this plays out.
Right, so they're trying to get the Scuttle Crab, and they do get it. Getting that guaranteed Vision. It was very close. Alistar could have definitely went in there and just stolen that, for sure. But it looks like we do see Team Rocket coming down. The Dragon is spawning, but Waka Waka nowhere to be seen. And I think they just give this up here. They're just giving it up, yeah. Looks like.
I think so. There's no way a team fight here could go in the favor of Team Joe Mama unless there is a pick like we mentioned, right? Just because of the sizable lead in gold. So you never want a straight up team fight if you're on the side of Team Joe Mama, and Dragon unfortunately would have been a straight up team fight. Their best bet, which it looked like they were trying to do, was to put some vision in their jungle, so as Team Rocket approaches Dragon, maybe they could pick someone off. But it was Meta Awesome that was clearing wards, putting down wards, and he's quite beefy, so he's not the champion you do want to pick out.
Right, so we do want to see them try to pick out either Nayoshi or, but it looks like Meta Awesome going on to Big Boy Ho here. Big Boy Ho going down, but they do catch CeeLo V out by himself, but the Shen ultimate coming in to back him up.
And Galio ult on the ADC.
And the Galio. And then Waka Waka goes down, being chased down by everyone on Team Rocket, and then we just see the push, right? The 5-man push down mid, it looks like.
Yeah, having Galio and Shen as big bodyguards that can just move throughout the map is huge for Ezreal here.
Right, and the dive coming in.
Looks like they're just going to run it down here to close out game 1.
Yeah, looks like the game is looking pretty grim for the side of Joe Mama here, but we do see Big Boy Ho and Key Lime for one last attempt at rescuing their Nexus here.
They do make one more attempt.
And then it just looks like they're just rushing it down, so... GG's.
You know, it's a great game from both sides, right? When Shen did ult, we did see Big Bui Ho pressure her lane. We did see some good plays between bot lane, right? Their skirmishes. But again, that global pressure from Shen and Galio make it so tough to team fight or think that you can, gank or attack bottom lane there. So, Minho, if you are Team Joe Mama and Team Rocket is going for that global team composition that can really back up Ezreal and Master Yi, right? How do you play against that?
So if I was in Team Jomama's shoes, I probably would have put a lot more pressure on the mid lane there in the early game before they get those ultimates, right? Because we saw that Waka Waka was nearly dominating, right? So maybe getting some ganks in here and there, try to push his advantage, try to equalize the goal differentials throughout the lanes, and also probably try to. We saw Key Lime doing really well with getting that early dragon, right? So we should probably see them try to maybe group around, try to like pressure lanes, be the ones in the shoes instead of be the ones aggressing, engaging instead of the ones being engaged on as well. Maybe try to be proactive in the early game so that even if they do come for this with all their global ultimates, they would be too far behind at that point. Right. So they needed to play the early game, I think, a little bit more aggressive than they were trying to go for there.
Yeah. So thanks, Caster. So that was one dominating victory there for Team Rocket when I was watching it. Now, I think they only need to win one more game, and Team Rocket will clinch the #1 seed for the playoffs. But Raph, what happened there? Why was it such a one-sided game? I know you mentioned about they're not as proactive. Minho mentioned about not pushing the lanes enough. But to be that one-sided, what happened?
The first thing that I do want to note is Kirk gets to play his #1 champion, and when I say #1, #2 doesn't even come close. The second, champion of choice. And so when you have Kirk, who is, I would say, a master of that Shen champion, you do expect a lot of plays to come from him. Unfortunately, Heimerdinger, his matchup is very good, in that laning phase, but you do want to see someone that can really put pressure in that lane, maybe a Fiora or a Jax, right? So when Shen does leave his lane and supports the other lanes, she can really push that tower and get it knocked down. Therefore, she can also then do some roaming. Second, we did see a very, very strong front line in Alistar, in Galio, and Shen protecting the Ezreal and Master Yi. Both Ezreal and Master Yi can go down fairly quickly if the enemy team does jump on them, but we see a lot of supporting champions, there's a lot of supporting cast, and I think they are the unsung heroes of that game.
So Minho, I know you mentioned about pushing that mid lane more, right? Being active. But what would you recommend in terms of their team comp in this next game that would really, adjust to the way Team Rocket's been playing? Or what does Joe Mama need to do here?
So I think they just need to, come together, get that, have like a meeting, right? Get together and just be like, guys, we just need to play our game, stop letting, the other team dictate what they should be doing. They should be the ones dictating the pace of the game, trying to get the plays that they want, achieved, and really pressure their leads, right? We sort of saw them sort of like stagnate throughout because of the jungle difference. Master Yi was all over the map, along with Hercules and Galio, right? Cucumber on that Galio. It's just, if you're going, I think they just have to really focus on, making sure that if they do get a lead, they have to push it.
Gotcha. All right, for our viewers who are just joining us just for the first time, you guys are watching LAS League Unclop Series. This is our Unclop fundraiser. Remind you that funds are generated entirely on viewership. So we really appreciate you guys tuning in, and most importantly, you guys staying on. Make sure you stay in the very end. This is our last regular season game. Playoffs starts next week. Now to make sure that keep the stream on, and you'll get a chance to win our $25 Amazon gift card. Just stay on and you'll get entries, and then we'll do a drawing in the very end. While we set up our game #2, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna play an Unclop video for you guys wondering what Unclop is about and what Unclop does and why we are doing a fundraiser. So stay tuned, and we will be right back.
Unclop, a ministry A mission: building the Church of the Poor and sharing Christ's transforming love. Angkop is Couples for Christ, armed in carrying out its core values of pro-God, pro-family, pro-life, and pro-poor, with the key principle that Christ is the center of the work and must be proclaimed in word and in deed. Angkop USA helps transform the lives of poor children and their families, helping restore hope and dignity through education sponsorship programs, humanitarian relief, community development, and social development programs. Angkop believes that education of the poor child and his family is key to poverty alleviation. Angkop also provides humanitarian relief through medical missions and is expanding its mission work to Mexico and Central America.
At the very end of our medical mission for San Mateo. So there was these two ladies that come to me, and one of them comes straight and says, "We have been waiting you guys for so long, and you guys are God light that we have been waiting for a very, very long time."
My name is Augie.
And Sharon De Leon.
And
we are Angkop advocates from Virginia, USA.
We love Angkop because it equates to loving our neighbor.
We love Angkop because it's an opportunity and avenue for us to be like Christ to others.
And loving our neighbor is our expression of our love for the Lord.
Angkop USA seeks to forge partnerships with individuals and organizations that share its vision of helping the poorest of the poor and transforming lives. With Angkop, you can demonstrate a tangible, long-lasting impact on the life of a child, their family, and ultimately their community. Together, we can transform lives, one student at a time. Sponsor a child today.
Hello and welcome back to the SciStorm Esports Network. I'm your host Chicken Man here for your weekly esports results and highlights. This week we've got 11 League of Legends tournaments, tons of VCT regions, and the start of the DreamHack fall season for StarCraft, so let's get into it. League of Legends has had a ton of action over the last few months, and this week is no exception, with games in all 11 regional tournaments, including some of the group stages actually finishing up. Like over in the LCS, where after 9 weeks of play, TSM takes the #1 spot.
One tower left, TP back through for Huni, who has found himself alive once more. And TSM just gonna barrel through this. I mean, COG just don't have enough gold, don't have enough people, don't have enough nothing to try and defend this push. PoE will go unstoppable. The B will be flowing up. The double hook comes out for PoE. Everyone's yeeting into the fountain out of TSM. And they're gonna try and maybe grab the ace. Tourney will not get himself killed because TSM will take down the Nexus.
In Brazil, the CBLOL also finished their group stage, Kane Gaming taking first place there. In the LEC, it was Rogue taking first as the group stage came to an end.
A little bit of an early ult there, now locked up. And now going to continue forward, Nosang off to the side. Adam, it's going to be a big ultimate. Nitsky now stepping forward. Oh, Nitsky to flash forward. McCarthy, he turns it in an instant, and Nitsky gets nothing. He has to just walk away. It was all eyes on the Cassia, but Fnatic now they're just running for the hills. Humanoid, absolutely unkillable. Kingslayer coming through to take down Fnatic. A TP back into the mid lane. Arma not even in the fight. They don't need him. Whippo goes golden, but just buys himself a moment. Fnatic locks now in 5th place by the might of the Mad Lions as they secure top 4 in the LEC.
The FlyQuest Academy team finished on top in the LCS Academy League.
2 into the wall, and the rest of Dignitas are ready to follow up. They drop the Baron, but they're going to find the kill onto Poom just as he just barely respawned. And with Kenvi gone, there's no potential for a smite. 50-50. It will drop JJ, but it's a triple kill for Spawn as Will chases off the remaining members of 100 Thieves.
In Latin America, Rainbow 7 ended up taking first place in the LLA. The LJL is supposed to be finished, but they had a tie for both first place and third place, so they have to play a few tiebreaker games before those results are final. The other 5 events still have 1 week left of their group stages, so let's just enjoy some highlights from those regions.
Yoshit's got a pretty interesting angle. He's got to be careful as well, but they just have no chill. They're just going straight in, and here comes the
Welcome
Galio
back,
over the
everyone,
top,
to our LAS final series of the regular season. Here, Game 1 did go to Team Rocket, and we see the champion select for Game 2. Now, on the side of Team Rocket, we see Aramis, Lux, and Volibear ban. And then you want to walk us through the bans that we see from Team Joe Mama?
Right. So for Team Joe Mama, that's Shen ban coming in, right? They don't want to deal with that global presence, so they just got rid of it from the get-go. The Rumble and the Alistar ban, Meta Awesome did perform really well on that Alistar, roaming, being that front line. They don't want to deal with that either, so they took that out of the pool. And then we see the Irelia, Ezreal, and the Ziggs coming out on the side of Team Rocket here. And then we also see the Urgot Jax and Xerath on the side of Team Jomama here. So round 2 of the bans. So where do you see the ban phase being sort of focused around this time around?
It looks like, of course, they wanted to get rid of that global presence, right? They didn't ban Galio, so they were willing to live with that. But now we see Kirk with the Irelia pick, a champion that he's been working on. But like I mentioned, his Shen is just so many leagues beyond, any of his other top champions that it almost equalizes the top lane matchup. We do see the Urgot pick by Waka Waka. I'm not sure if he will go ahead and play that champion top. It looks like they are going for another lane switch here. So we'll see how this plays out. But we see the Jax from Key Lime. We're seeing some champions that deal some damage. The poke from Xerath. We're looking more at a bruiser or damage heavy comp rather than a beefy front line that we saw in Game 1.
All right, we also see that Master Yi ban coming out against Naoshi there. Naoshi definitely performed last game on that champion, but we do see Naoshi picking up the Xin Zhao though. An aggressive jungler, definitely going to be looking for those fights early. So where do you see the jungle pick from Team Jomama here? Do you think it's the Jax in the jungle?
I think it's the Jax. I definitely think it's the Jax. Jax against a Xin Zhao is very, very good. Xin Zhao primarily relies on his auto attacks, and Jax with his E will dodge every single one of them, giving him the advantage here. So if I'm Key Lime, I am not scared to go into the enemy jungle, of course with some vision so that he knows if the top lane, mid lane, or bottom lanes are following up in the invade. But on a 1-on-1 match, Jax should win this 9 times out of 10. That said though, Xin Zhao is a very strong jungler, a very strong ganker. So if I am the jungler from Team Rocket side, I'm looking to gank a number of times, and not only that, push those lanes with his auto attacks there.
But we do see Meta Awesome picking up
Is
the
Thresh.
Thresh. We definitely seen him perform on that champion over the course of the past few weeks. So
Before we went live, we talked about Big Booey Ho's Karma, support, and that it's a very good pick too. And we see that in this game. So they were able to move around with their roles here. I actually like Team Joe Mama's team composition here against Team Rocket. So I think this goes to Team Joe Mama. That's at least my guess.
right, we do see. I do like Team Joe Mama's draft here in terms of what they got for scaling. Right, the late game scan. They have the Jax, the late game 1v5 master, the Kog'Maw who melts literally everybody. Right, and then the Xerath with that insane poke. So do like Team Joe Mama's team draft this time around. But we, like you mentioned, it looks like Team Rocket's side looks more to be about the skirmishing in the top half of the jungle with the Xinjiao and the Aurelia. But we do see the poke coming out from the Ziggs and the Ezreal, and then pushing those towers, right? Getting the poke out, poking them out so they can't defend those towers, and then Ziggs will just destroy the turret down all the way to the ground, right? So we definitely want to see we're probably going to see a lot of split pushing on the side of Team Rocket here with the Ziggs and the Aurelia. So how do you see Team Joe Mama's comp here to get through the early game to make sure they get to their scaling points this game?
I think early game they just have to play safe. And when I say play safe, meaning Kog'Maw and Karma definitely need to have dancing feet, right? To dodge those Thresh hooks. Because the moment Meta Awesome catches you, right, you're burning a summoner, whether it's your flash, ignite, whatever it may be, right, just to get out safely. If you do get out safely. Now, if he gets that early on in the game and Ezreal and Thresh get ahead sizably, that means that they have bot lane pressure, right? You're giving out drags now. And what we saw from Team Rocket in the last game is when they do even get a slight lead in the bottom lane, now they're in your jungle, right? They're not just staying in lane, they're roaming. And so vision is going to be a big part of this game, one. And bot lane definitely needs to sidestep those Thresh hooks. Otherwise, just farm up, play well, and let your team comp scale. That's what my game plan would be for Team Joe Mama. And again, Team Joe Mama is my pick here. For all of our viewers, drop in the comments, right? See who your pick is for game number 2. Will Team Joe Mama go down? Oh, not go down, but put up a fight right in this series, making it 1-1 going into game 3.
Or will we see Team Rocket going for the sweep, right? Going 2-0 in the series, possibly even 3-0ing Team Joe Mama here. So should be an exciting one, I hope.
If I'm not mistaken, Team Rocket pulled off a 3-0 sweep last week, right? So.
Okay. Let's see another. Maybe we might see another one, right? So.
Right, but this is for the top seed of our very first LAS season. And I think Team Joe Mama is going to come back to the punch.
So Team Joe Mama wins this game and the next one. Will they be tied for first? Is that it, I believe? Or
we'll have to revisit that. Keep everyone on their toes. We can't give them the answer
we'll keep you guys posted once we find out. But yeah. So as we're loading up onto the Rift here, so do you expect to see more level 1 shenanigans like before, where they swap each other's blues, or do you expect to see more aggressive level 1 this time around?
If I am Team Joe Mama, I'm playing on the safe side, right? We're leaning on the scalability of the team composition, so there's no need to play aggressive. Let them come to you. Team Rocket, I know them as a more aggressive team. They might look for the invade. One, not even going for the kills, but just to see where they are starting, right? It gives you some intel. So it might not be an action-packed level 1, but we may see some roaming in the jungle here, just to know where each team is starting.
Okay, and we have just loaded onto the Rift, ladies and gents.
We are starting game 2.
Game 2 of the last regular season series for LAS.
Welcome to
So it looks like we do see Team Rocket grouping up
They
for
are
a
hovering on
possible
their
invade.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
All right, Team
Then we
Rocket
do
stepping up here.
And then we do see Key Lime getting a deep ward onto the Team Rocket's red side jungle, possibly trying to steal the red buff, sneak the red buff away. Up,
Oh, we
and then
get
the
the
hook
hook
out
here.
of Meta Awesome.
Here, you do not want to be standing still with Thresh, especially Meta Awesome's Thresh.
Right, and the exhaust from Big Boy Ho definitely coming out, or not definitely coming out, but it came out to try to save him. So good job on Team Jamal not giving up the first blood there.
But
And we
Team Rocket,
still
knowing that they're starting on the bottom side, I think they think that Jax is starting red, right? And not invading red. We do see that Aurelia use her ward in the enemy jungle, so they cannot confirm that they are invading here. As a
Right,
jungler,
so
that puts you behind when you're unable to identify or confirm.
Right, but it does look like Team Joe Mama is going to be able to steal this red buff away.
Oh, Joe missing there.
And then we see some good poke coming out from Cucumber on the Ziggs here.
See, here we go with Key Lime's level 1 gank. This is exactly what we want to see. They play
Right.
aggressive. I would even see a... There we go. There's the stun.
Up, and then the...
Does Kirk go down
throwback,
here?
And then the red buff.
And they're able to take down the Aurelia. That's huge.
That is a very nice level 2 gank, getting them closer to that scaling that they were looking for, right? Even burning the TP out of Hercules again.
Key Lime choosing not to back here, taking his blue buff. We see Nayoshi going into the enemy jungle. Kirk did confirm that the red was taken, and so here you definitely want to invade the enemy jungle and take their buff in exchange. So good job from both junglers here, with Keith, with the advantage because of that gank. So that's huge. If I'm Nayoshi, I'm planning to do the same. Take the buff from the invade and go gank bottom lane there.
Right, they do seem to have the... Team Rocket does have lane priority here. Lane is shoving up. And also, Big Boy Ho's exhaust is still down, so they do have the summoner spell advantage here. But it looks like Nayoshi is looking for the gank onto the Xerath here.
Xerath gets out.
Xerath gets out. But Nayoshi also burned the ghost there. But you would definitely take the flash of the mid laner any time of day. Right? You're a jungler, right? Wouldn't you keep your eyes open if you saw that the mid laner burned their flash?
Yeah, so if you're a jungler, right, and a flash is burned, that's going to be the lane you want to gank because you know they can no longer escape if you, of course, close that gap very efficiently. And so if I'm the Yoshi, I'm going to clear camps and go right back at mid.
Oh, man. And we do see... Oh, I was about to say something. I was about to say something, and then I
more here.
Pressuring two noobs here out of mana. So 2 noobs here should definitely play lot safer. No flash. Zinshao can easily just get onto him.
And no mana.
No mana, nothing. But does have the barrier just in case he needs it. But we do see the lane shoving in top lane too.
Keylime went back to his blue buff. He did just hit level 3 if I'm not mistaken, and so Nayoshi does have the lead here when it comes to experience. I'd like to see a gank go either mid or bot lane to set up for that dragon. Keylime being behind means that he's going to look to farm instead. So this dragon should be Nayoshi's.
Right, but we do see Key Lime here hovering that Scuttle Crab. He might go top lane because we do know that Hercules does not have flash.
It is very true. We see Meta Awesome miss a hook. Good job by Big Louie Ho to dodge that. See, that's exactly what this bot lane needs. As you can see, they've reached level 4 with no deaths so far. It's a good job on their part. Keylime coming here. Waka Waka engaging in the fight. Keylime following up. Can he close the distance? Doesn't look like he can.
Oh,
a little early on.
Meta Awesome flaying Neilio back.
There we go. Nayoshi coming in for the follow-up.
Oh my goodness!
And they get out. This is a huge play by Team Joe Mama's bot lane. Great job by both Big Buio and Neilio taking down Meta Awesome. You don't expect that, right? Meta Awesome landing a hook and then going all in. But they were able to get out of that. Good job.
The exhaust coming out. The exhaust came out there, right? Or was I
believe so.
Right, so the exhaust helping the Karma Shield for sure.
Yeah.
Keeping Neilio alive on this Kog'Maw.
We do see Nayoshi starting drag, I believe.
Yeah,
as
sneaking
Keylime
that
is
dragon.
by Raptor. So this is a pretty risky decision here. Unsure if Keylime will go on the Ziggs or go to drag. It looks like they're going to take down Cucumber here.
But Cucumber does get out. And Team Rocket gets the dragon. But the gold lead is still in favor of Team Joe Mama here because of those kills. Yeah. So now that the dragon's down, right, where do you see the teams sort of focusing on right now? Because I believe Rift Herald is spawning within like a minute or so, I believe. So we should see some pressure in the top lane.
If I am Nayoshi, I am ganking the lanes with no flash, right? So I'm not sure if Aurelia's flash is up already.
But we do see Kirku is going on to Waka Waka, but Waka Waka whiffs his ultimate there. And Waka
Has
Waka...
Kirk finished? No, he doesn't.
And both top laners burned their flashes. But Meta Awesome with the roam and
Meta
lands
Awesome.
the hook!
Cucumber throwing him back. 2 News burning his flash yet again. If I'm Nayoshi, I'm taking my red buff, right? Hitting level 6 and ganking the Urgot.
And we just saw Xerath also burn the flash again. So both solo laners flashless. Should see a lot of attention in the top half of the map here.
In game 1, we saw Team Rocket winning the Vision game, and we see 3 control wards from Team Rocket on the bottom side of the map. That river is lit up with wards and Vision, right? As opposed to Team Joe Mama. If I'm Team Joe Mama, that was the downfall of last game, right? Not being able to see, and that's why Team Rocket was able to walk around all in their jungle. We'd like to see more Vision from their side here.
Yeah,
Rift is up now too.
Right, and I think that what you were saying about the Vision goes along the side of their scaling, right? They're waiting. They're trying to be safe. They don't want to accidentally get caught out warding and stuff. So, but no objectives are up in the jungle, so they shouldn't have to go into the fog of war there. But we do see Hercules wrapping around, warding deep, try to find Key Lime. It looks like just hops over the wall there.
It looks like Keylime's looking to gank here. They do have a control ward in that tri-bush, so he has confirmed there is no Vision. But the control ward down in the river will expose his position. So I want to see how he approaches this gank. Meta Awesome.
And then we
see backing up.
We see Nayoshi going in onto 2 noobs, 1 cup, and gets the kill.
Able to get him.
No flash.
Yep. So good job by Nayoshi identifying mid having no flash, ganks there, and gets the kill.
And it looks like we do see Key Lime here, clearing out some Vision.
And with Keylime being bot, it looks like Nayoshi says he has the green light, right, to take his jungle camp, so that's what he's doing.
But yeah, it looks like the blue buff's being stolen away. And then
he has warded that, so he might go for Rift Herald here or a gank top. I don't believe Waka Waka has his flash, so a gank top would be successful.
And it looks like he is heading up there right now. And it looks like bot lane is still being shoved up, but it looks like he sort of...
Waka Waka did have a ward there, so he was able to identify the gank early on.
Ward saves lives, people.
Ward saves lives.
So we should see a lot. We do know that Joe Mama has Vision on the Rift Herald, so Team Rocket can't just sneak that one away. So, if you were in Joe Mama's shoes, right? How would you guys want to get this Rift Herald?
Well,
because it looks like Team Rocket is trying to posture for it, but obviously they don't just want to give it up for free, right?
Right. If I'm the mid lane, I'm gonna pressure my lane in, right, to have Xerath backed up, and then rotate towards Rift Herald here. But we see Key Lime stepping up. Are we gonna see a gank? Top lane yet again. Two News dealing some damage here.
Good poke. We do see Key Lime patiently waiting in the top lane there.
It looks like Key Lime's just running away, looking for any farm he could take up there.
And the dragon is up right now, so it looks like they're prioritizing the dragon over the Rift Herald. Clearing out the vision. Bot lane seems to want to wrap towards it.
Team Joe Mama's bot lane doing a great job of avoiding the hooks. An unsuccessful gank here. They definitely wanted that to secure Dragon. Key Lime jumping onto Cucumber here. Does Ziggs go down? The barrier goes up. Two Noobs dodges the bomb.
Oh my goodness. Right over his head.
Down. Nayoshi hiding in this bush here. Takes on Key Lime. Does Key Lime have his E to prevent? Nope. Now he does. Here comes the stuns. Nayoshi misses his ult, but takes down Keith. Now 2 Noobs, 1 Cup burns his flash. Nayoshi running away from that fight.
Up, fancy feet. Oh, so close.
Able to take out Nayoshi here. Now the jungle objectives remain up. Both Rift Herald and Dragon, both junglers down. So I'm interested to see what happens here. Ezreal shooting his ult towards mid lane, hoping to get that Xerath, but unfortunately misses. Good job by 2 Noobs to back in a very, very safe area, knowing that Ezreal has ult.
Right. Man, nice scuffles. Just nice fights all around for both teams.
You know, Team Joe Mama is playing very, very smart this game here. Even as small of a detail as 2 Noobs backing at a very, conservative location in the map, just to avoid that Ezreal ult, right?
Right.
We see bot lane here performing really well, dodging Meta Awesome's hooks. Like I mentioned, the moment that hook lands and they go all in, we've seen them capitalize on that. But good job by Big Buio and Neilio. One, dodging the hooks and also getting away from any engages that they're trying.
Yeah, so we do see both junglers on the bottom half of the map here. But we do see the bot lane of Team Joe Mama having that priority, being pushed up, being able to react if they want to go to this dragon here. But it looks like everyone is just farming it out right now.
Yeah, until someone can either get a pick or force someone to back, that dragon is going to stay up. Nayoshi's going to Wolves. I think he's going to rotate over to the red buff. And if I'm Key Lime, my blue's also coming up. So it looks like they have to decide, right? Do we give up that dragon pressure to get...
But it
looks like Waka Waka taking out Hercules.
Oh
Hercules goes down. Waka Waka is pushing top lane. That applies some pressure. We'll see how Team Rocket adjusts and reacts to that. I see the dragon going to the side of Team Joe Mama here with Waka Waka pressuring that top lane.
That's how that top lane. He also has that teleport in case things get kind of...
Ezreal ult coming down. Not
going
enough
for that steal. And then Ziggs ult as well, trying to go for that steal. But they do secure the Mountain Drake, and Waka Waka also securing that first third. But we see Nayoshi going on to 2 Noobs, 1 Cup.
Nayoshi does get the kill on 2 Noobs. They're capitalizing on this. Great job by Team Rocket to respond on that dragon, not giving it up for free.
Yeah, getting 2 kills out of it, making sure they get a little something, right?
Waka Waka is still pushing top lane, however.
Yeah, Hercules doesn't have teleport. He teleported to back up his team here. You're looking for good damage onto that inner turret there.
And this is exactly what we mentioned right last game. When Hercules does go down to help his teammates, you want someone to push that lane. And we see that from Waka Waka over here. Pushing all the way in deep in that top lane.
Yeah, but we do see the mid lane turret going down, possibly even the bot lane turret for Team Joe Momma.
So Team Rocket putting an overall map pressure here with mid lane and bot lane. Exterior towers going down.
So pretty even trade, right? 2 towers for 2 kills. Two kills, 2 towers for a dragon and a tower, right?
Right.
For Team Rocket.
The dragon count is 1-to-1. But we do see Team Rocket with a slight gold advantage here.
Right, and we also see the bounties on the side of Team Rocket starting to build here. So if we see Team Joe Momma get some picks here, could easily swing the gold lead around.
Both bot lanes farming really well. Mid lane, there is a discrepancy there. Ziggs with the higher farm. But we also see Waka Waka with a much higher farm than Hercules here. So Urgot's going to look scary going into this late game. Exactly what they want as they scale with time.
Alright, it looks like they're Team Rocket here sending the bot lane up top here to try to get this Rift Herald.
With Hercules down bottom, without TP, it's not much of a threat. Let's see what Team Rocket does here. They still get them.
But Team Joe Momma was fighting a 2v4. Looks like with Kog'Maw in the bot lane there.
And awesome with the hook. They go in. Does 2 noobs get out? It looks like they're going all in on him, and that's 4 kills to none.
My goodness. So what happened there, right? So Team Rocket just went in, right? They just went in on him.
Yeah. What Team Rocket does really well is they don't walk in one by one. They walk in as an entire unit. We see Meta Awesome here landing another hook on Neilio. Neilio low on farm here.
Oh my
Cucumber
goodness.
bursting him down, forcing the heal out. Cucumber
But
does go down. Neilio does make them pay for that dive. Waka Waka looking for that thresh, but doesn't look like a fight will continue here.
But it looks like they're just Team Joe Momma trying to stop the push from Hercules.
Yeah, and we see Nayoshi and CeeLo B pushing top lane here to put that pressure. Looks like all exterior towers are going to go down for the side of Team Joe Momma. Rift Herald is down. And now it's a farming game until the next objective.
So the Rift Herald does go down in the top lane. This tower is going to go down.
Waka Waka rotating top. Trying to provide some support there.
They're trying to walk this Rift Herald up to the next tower, but it looks like they just gave up. 1 tower is good enough for them. So, huge gold swing for Team Rocket there. What a series of plays.
I'm seeing a trend here where Team Joe Momma has a very strong start to the game, right? We saw in game 1, they got the first dragon. They were capitalizing on any mistakes that Team Rocket was making. But Team Rocket just has that patience, right, and that perseverance to fight through and group as a team to take objectives like we saw in the Rift Herald. We saw them get 4 kills to no losses on their end. So if I'm Team Joe Momma, one, either we continue splitting or you have to counter group almost, right? There, they walked in one by one. Meta Awesome catching someone, running away with his hooks. It's scary to commit against Team Rocket, but we'll never see a true team fight unless they do go all in. But we see here Team Rocket again bunched up as a 4 here. Waka Waka walking up to the trap. All 4 of Team Rocket in here. We see ults coming out and they get them again. So like I mentioned, Team Rocket again grouping to get these picks.
Setting up those death bushes.
Exactly.
My goodness.
Team Rocket's doing an amazing job with this vision, right? Clearing wards and putting down
wards. They're also taking jungle camps, stealing everything. Now they're just trying to secure the Cloud Drake here.
We see Hercules kind of zoning out from the backside. They do step up to the Dragon Pit.
And it looks like Team Joe Momma is just giving it up to Team Rocket here.
Which is wise, right? They're down 1. Waka Waka looks like he's going back up top. Baron is coming up. We did see a 20-minute Baron from game 1 from Team Rocket. We'll see if they make the same decision here.
Right.
Meta Awesome constantly poking into their jungle because of the vision that they have.
You're trying to catch those picks, right? Try to keep furthering their lead. So, but it looks like Waka Waka clearing out vision around the Baron, trying to make sure that what happened last game doesn't happen this game, right? Making sure the Baron's still up.
Yeah.
So
though there is this gold lead, I do still think that Team Joe Mama does have a good team fight with that Urgot and Nelios farm. As long as they keep Kog'Maw safe, right? And two noobs one cup does conduct all that poke to wear them down.
Right. So I do want to see Team Joe Mama more of counter initiating, so more of like let them get on top. So let Team Rocket get on top of them first, and then just protect the Kog'Maw. Fight that front to back team fight style. But as we say that, Meta Awesome lands another hook on the Key Lime.
And Key Lime goes down by Cucumber's ult. We see the TP from Hercules. He's looking to engage. Looks like he's taking down two noobs, one cup. Two noobs, one cup does flash out. Does he get out safely? He goes down. Now we see the Yoshi going in. Waka Waka cleaning up here against Meta Awesome and Hercules. Does Waka Waka get a kill? No, he doesn't. Meta Awesome stays alive. Nayoshi and Cucumber hunting down Big Booey Ho here. Does Big Booey Ho get out?
So close.
And they get hurt. There is the ace. So that's huge. They're getting caught out.
Yep, getting caught out, getting punished for it. Because once one person gets caught out, everyone else was just trying to save Keith there, right? Key Lime there. So and then it just backfired for them. So now we see Team Rocket grabbing some turrets, possibly gonna go for this Baron here on the next play.
Aurelia's EP is down, so I'm not sure if they're just going to go for it here instead of having Aurelia go bot to pressure. Key Lime going into his jungle. Not sure how much vision he has, but if I'm Key Lime, I'm not stepping up there.
Yeah, and if I'm Team Rocket here, we just saw Nelio and Big Boy Ho in the bot lane together. I would just go get this Baron. Go get this Baron, because they don't have teleport. They're not going to get there fast enough.
Right.
But it looks like they're just playing it safe here. We do see Big Boy Ho rotating back up here, try to back up the team, try to get some vision on this Baron, but we do see Team Rocket grouped around the Baron pit looking for it. And they are starting it, so
Hercules doing a great job of zoning them out here. Two noobs, one cup is looking to just step up, right? Just to poke them down, deal some damage. If I'm Nelio, I would have kept pushing bot lane just because there is no contest here. There's no way he's going to make it there on time anyways. They should have at least made them pay for Baron with a bottom tower, but it looks like they're going to get out here. Key Lime getting caught out with Meta Awesome's hook. They're going in one by one again. Does Team Rocket continue to chase? They do. They're looking to push this mid lane in.
And
looks like they have mid and top pushing in here.
Ooh, what a close hook.
That was a very close hook.
But yeah, nice. They secured the Baron. And we're seeing the 1-4, one person in the top lane, 4 in the mid lane. We should see some inhibitors go down.
They're looking to take down some towers, right? Set themselves up for the next dragon as well.
Right, so
they jump in
and they just dive
take
straight
out
in.
Nelio. They take out two noobs. Nope, he's still alive. No, he goes down.
And Hercules going
Waka
down.
Waka does take down Hercules. He's now chasing Nayoshi. Can Nayoshi get away? He goes back in. Waka Waka, too beefy, takes down Nayoshi, but Team Rocket does come out with mid tower and inhibitor. So no jungler from Team Rocket side. If I'm Key Lime, I'm going to look to make a play on Dragon. Nayoshi does have 30 seconds on his respawn timer.
But Team Rocket does have the man advantage though. Could be a bit risky up, and he was looking for it.
Yep, the lack of vision is killing Team Joe Mama here. But Cucumber is able to output some damage, and it looks like Meta Awesome's Ignite is able to finish
secure the kill. And then we see the Cloud Drake going down on the side of Team Rocket here, getting them to that soul point. So we should probably see another more split push scenario, right? Another person in the top lane, everyone else in the bot lane, right?
Kirk's teleport should come up. I don't think he will need it anyways for a team fight. I think Team Rocket is strong enough to take on a 4v5 situation if bot lane, if they do go for bot. Hercules just splitting top, that's huge pressure. Right, Team Joe Mama is gonna have to make a decision, either to commit to stop Hercules or force a team fight, a 5v4.
Right, so if you're a Team Joe Mama here, would you just would you go and try to stop the push, or try to be aggressive, try to go for picks, regain some of that vision, catch them out while Team Rocket is trying to regain their vision? Right?
One thing I haven't seen from Team Joe Mama, and I wish I saw both Game 1 and Game 2, is for them to group, almost like an ARAM style, right? All mid, just run it down. 2 noobs, 1 cup, dealing some poke, dealing some damage, bringing them down to what, at least under 75 health. It looks like Meta Awesome here is caught out. He hooks Big Louie Ho. She goes down. Team Rocket does follow up here. Meta Awesome still alive. Waka Waka going in to see how much damage he can do, but he does walk out dead.
Getting caught out in the jungle, right? You know that they're a lot stronger than you, right? That's not your jungle no more, right?
It is.
So we see 5 manning the bot lane here, while 2 noobs, 1 cup is dealing with the super minions. But it looks like Hercules
going after 2 noobs, 1 cup. 2 noobs, 1 cup does burn both of his summoner spells, and he goes down. Neilio burns his flash, gets away safely, but not sure how much more they can do here. So yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, I was hoping to see Team Joe Mama group mid, right? Have Kog'Maw looks like
Hercules going on to Neilio.
The Lantern's there. Meta Awesome gets him out. Nayoshi kills Big Booey Ho here. Key Lime hovering over, seeing if he can engage. Waka Waka also zoning out here. Looks like Key Lime's looking to engage, however.
And then the hook goes wide for Meta Awesome as well. My goodness, so what do? You just hope for the miracle engage, right, at this point?
Yeah, here, Team Rocket is quite low. Key Lime needs to get Ezreal.
Oh my goodness, Neilio's popping off!
Neilio is dealing a lot of damage here. He's farmed well all game. Got a triple kill. Able to stop Team Rocket's push here, keeping their hopes alive.
It's what we mentioned in the pregame, right? That late game scaling on the side from Team Joe Mama here.
Unfortunately, Key Lime is tunnel visioning hard on that Ziggs when, you know, their base requires some attention. If I'm Key Lime, I'm looking to group, not looking for picks, right? Not at least by himself. There is no vision on the side of Team Joe Mama here in their own jungle. This makes it a little hard.
And it looks like Neilio was able to stop the backs, get under their skin a little bit. But Baron is spawning in 40 seconds or so. But if you're in Team Joe Mama shoes, 2 inhibitors down, do you contest this Baron?
No, we give it up. Team Joe Mama did show that they can stop a push, right? With Neilio getting that triple kill. Getting Baron on the side of Team Rocket does give them the advantage when pushing the next time around. However, I think I play around Neilio here. He showed that he can deal that damage, right? I'm not sure if you want to step up into your jungle, into the Baron, and risking getting picked out again. Unless you are all together as a group, right? And if I'm 2 noobs, 1 cup, I'm throwing my abilities at every bush I see, just
making sure you're not going to get caught out.
Exactly.
My goodness. So we do see the Baron is up now, and we do see Team Rocket starting up while Key Lime is down in the bot side of the jungle. Hercules
taking down Key Lime here.
And we see Waka Waka and Neilio trying to back him up, but Neilio going a little
Neilio going
aggressive.
into Hercules.
He is out for blood.
He does have that damage. He does have his team there backing him up. And Waka Waka secures the kill on Hercules here. So it'll be a 4v4 when defending the base here. Drag is up. Nayoshi is up. So we may see Soul go to the side of Team Rocket here.
Right, so Soul Point, right? Cloud Soul You do get that burst of movement speed when you do use your ultimate, so they are able to hopefully get onto Nelio and the Zerad a lot easier that way. Man, this is gonna be a tough road to climb for Team Joe Momma here.
It is very huge.
They want to see that Vic Roy.
Nelio, man, that's the player you want to protect if you're on the side of Team Joe Momma. He has the most farm. He's right now sitting at 4-2, right, dealing a number of damage. What we saw with Hercules jumping onto him, as long as his team peels, keeps damage away from him, I think he can deliver enough to stop at least Team Rocket's push here, even with Baron. So we'll see how this plays out.
Exactly. Make sure that Aurelia the Zinshot doesn't get onto Nelio. While Zerad is zoning off the Ziggs and the Ezreal.
Ziggs throws his ult preemptively just to do some damage. Eli looking to pick off CeeLo B here, but Nayoshi does come in to back him up. Meta Awesome misses his hook on Nelio. Nelio is caught out, and now he goes down. Waka Waka and Big Uiho fighting here. Does Nayoshi go down here? No. Waka Waka does. Big Uiho trying to run away. Tunu's one cup throwing whatever abilities he has.
Dodging the hook.
But Team Rocket remains alive, all 5 of them. We see Hercules coming up with the TP to back them up here. It looks like they're going to close out this game with one final push.
Right, it looks like they are. Ezreal, Arcane shifts in to secure the kill onto the Zerad. And the turrets are going down. And the Nexus
goes down here.
Is about to go down in a second.
Yeah. So there was no reason to gamble on the Jack's pick of the Ezreal, right? It forced Nelio to step outside of the base, and he did end up getting caught out. I wanted to see them really defend base with Nelio in the back line, just outputting damage, but we didn't get to see that there with that pick.
Right. They're playing a little bit too aggressive for the position that they're in, but Team Rocket capitalizing on those mistakes. So good game from Team Rocket.
Yep, good game, and with that win, they clinched the #1 seed. They will be facing SFC Telecom Team 1 the playoffs next week. Actually, I was kind of getting worried there because we're gonna have a very complicated tie-breaking scenario here. If Joe Momma wins if they won Game 2, and if they won Game 3, we would have had a tied standings between the two of them, and having tied head-to-head as well. And so we were thinking of how is this going to work out? And we were thinking maybe there's a quick scenario where they play each other for decider, or we flip a coin. But all of that is moot now. Looks like Team Rocket clinched it, and we're gonna be moving forward. Team Joe Momma started off very well there, right? When I was watching it, and I said, hey, this is a good prospect for them. They're doing well in the beginning. But then once we hit mid-game, it all fell apart. Or maybe not fall apart, but Team Rocket just took control of it. What happened there, Minmo?
So we saw a lot. I think it was the vision, right? We were talking about that a lot about the first game. We were talking about it a lot the second game. Vision getting caught out. And Team Jomo just got punished for trying to go into the fog of war there. So the picks led to a lot of objectives and a lot of gold swings. So yeah.
You've been talking about Vision. I don't know how many times we've said hashtag Ward saves lives, but for some reason, right, throughout these games, some teams neglect to put some attention on there. Is it really that difficult, Raph? I mean, why do people sometimes doesn't put emphasis on that enough?
One, putting vision means that you have to go to that area, right? You expose yourself. So sometimes it's scary doing so. So really, it's the first. We see Team Rocket putting down their vision first, right? And so when anyone from Team Joe Momma goes out to try and maybe even put vision, they get caught out, right? So it's really having that first step in placing that vision, and also clearing any vision that Team Rocket puts down as well.
Yeah. So it's a really diligent process that needs to be, people really need to pay attention to. But like what you said, it's a matter of having a victory or defeat, right? It's really key. But before we start our game number 3, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna listen to more of Chicken Man's update on the esports world, and we will be right back.
Point. They're just going to try to press their buttons as Leo has a really nice angle though, and look at the wombo combo that comes in from the side of Afrika. What a turnaround, as Piochik is pretty huge, and it's not going to matter at the end. Kingen will finally fall, as Piochik is the only one left at the end of this carnage.
본인이 잘 들어간 것 같은데요? 근데 앞라인이 좀 단단합니다. 그렇죠. 오? 백나 부활. 캐스. 레벨 뒤로 빠지는 거 1-2마가 캐스 아프리카. 하이브리드 보여줘야 돼요. 이거.
Just team song, because he's looking.
Alright, he's got the Everfrost as well. They're running on in. The final fight as Loken's the one picked out. Double golden time as Nongri's over the wall. But look at this. The Fun plus Phoenix dealing with Zoom. He's trying his heart out as the Death Sentence to buy more time for LWX. But Doomby is wreaking havoc back here. It's reset after reset for the level 17 Casterton, while an open Nexus permits this match of the week to be over. JDG didn't put up a fight because FBX was showing us that they are the best team in the region, ready to move up to first place.
Ragner'e 15 saniye Soğan yarı canı düştü. Kaori'nin hasarı çok fazla sıçraydı aldı orada. Japon'a mekan sapmasıyla arka tarafa gitti. Kimseyi bulamıyor şimdilik. Kireas arada kaldı. Kireas düşecek. Japone Kaori'yi dışarıda tutmaya çalışıyor. Tüm oda, tüm hasar Kaori çünkü onu sersemletmeyi başardı. Bono Nexus'ta, Japone Nexus'ta artık birine vurması lazım ve o son vuruşta geliyor. 43 dakika.
That now is PSG on the cusp of victory. They're actually going to have Nabi back, but he has teleport, so he's coming right back into this one as in the front line is River just running roughshod over the rest of the team. In the back was Rest trying to get a kill, not able to find it. Woody picked off by the Parasol and the needlework of Hanabi, and that is going to be all she wrote. PSG, 14 games and 14 victories as they take their time on the Nexus, but they will take it out to secure themselves yet another win in the PCS Summit.
The majority of these group stages lead directly into the playoffs, where things really heat up, and we'll have teams qualifying for Worlds. Those results will start coming in next week, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss them. Next up, let's head over to Dota, where the BTS Pro Series Season 7 finished up their Southeast Asia qualifiers.
As he did give the extra to it did go to Enryu, so he's got the Hawk dive on and he dive in.
Onto Ponlo, where's your backup? They do get the Hex out, but they needed that Roar, I think. EMP there, Cold Snap, oh, it cancels the dive, and now the Roar comes out. Ponlo's gonna drop. Destrus is just getting annihilated by our Enchantress Shanks. KYXY just can't help, and CTM, he just deletes Krish.
Main tournament for that starts up next week. We also had the Dota 2 Champions League continuing their group stage. Right now, the Hellbear Smashers are in that top spot.
Go in with the Dissimilate, but there will be a Spike Carapace. Unfortunately, the Bushwhack was a little bit better. Chosen One jumps in with the Arena, catches several heroes. They've already taken the first life away from the Invoker. Pantomime throws an Ice Blast, doesn't really connect Flush. Ironclad jumps past it. They use it out to Chosen One. But look at the damage from Dame with the Daedalus. Lodine finally involved here. They're holding two heroes in position, allowing Kiritich to rip through the Invoker and the Sven. Immediate buyback needed from the Invoker. Cheshire Cat dragged back into the fight by the Lodine Disruptor. Will be good enough to kill him. Needs a buyback too.
The damage.
My goodness, the damage from Kiritich is just insane in this fight. Gonna chomp through Yamich as well. Ironclad is actually gonna be the one to collect that kill. Beyond godlike streak for the Void Spirit.
We're actually right at the end of that group stage. The playoffs start up this coming week. Next, let's check out our other big game of the week, Valorant. Just about every region in the VCT finished up their Stage 3 Challengers events this week, and we'll be heading into the playoffs soon. Let's go through each region, see which teams made it through. Starting off in Europe, Team Liquid took down Giants Gaming in the finals. Both teams will be going to the playoffs.
Because they have lockdown. As soon as they get control... Oh my god, he's in the smoke! Link
taking the fight to them. Now, Cryptic's down below could be in trouble. This is where the lockdown will probably come into play, but these guys are being lit up, and through the wall, Meadow goes down. Another spray as Scream takes Hoodie, and Ambi is left alone. A 1v4 to win out with a Sheriff in hand, and that's one way to start it. The Odin push from Yampy. Yeah, you can't help but feel like it was a little bit of disrespect, but in the end, it works out anyways. 13-6. Team Liquid have won on Bind.
Over in North America, TSM took first place with FaZe Clan, Luminosity Gaming, and Rise joining them in the playoffs. Let's go.
He's just standing in the open, he's not even moving, Sean. There goes the Drake, doesn't care. Oh my goodness, Zachary's trying. Oh, he runs out of bullets. That's so unfortunate. Okay, one of those is
playing with
two.
his food.
He really is. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
I don't
the
like the look of
bait
this,
run
Sean.
through, the bait run through. It didn't work.
In the CIS region, it was Forza in first place and the only team heading to the playoffs. Fireflux Esports was the winning team and only seed to the playoffs for Turkey. Latin America had two sub-regions, Border Monsters and Laser getting through the north, and Chaos Latin Gamers and 9Z Team getting through in the south.
Sacale provecho todavía, ventaja numérica, busca la entrada de forma agresiva, hay muchas sumas, no se puede absolutamente nada. ¡Ay, no te la puedo creer! El sitio está dividido en dos, ventaja numérica para la escuadra de KLG, intentan plantar, pero está difícil, no lo dejan.
3 para 2.
Dos que encuentran los desaparezca la cosa, fue que encuentra las bajas con Iri y Craizeta, están rotando de a poquito, tienen que entrar al sitio, la Spike no ha sido plantada todavía, eso es bueno para KLG. ¡Quiere cuidar a su compañero, pero no! ¡El timing no lo acompaña! ¡Todo depende de Meso! ¡No te lo puedo creer, Malex! ¡No te lo puedo creer!
Japan had Fettel and Reject getting first place in their groups, with Feeling and Insomnia joining them in the playoffs. In Korea, there's only one Challengers round, so they had 8 teams from that one round make it through to the playoffs.
Beautifully done, but now screens, they've lost control of that. It's going to be up to controlling ramps. They're doing a great job just keeping them smoked out. Tommy comes forward here.
Battle in heaven, but that is going to be at 13-1.
Whoa!
That was domination.
Both Brazil and all 5 regions of Southeast Asia have another round of challengers to go before their playoffs are set. We did cover the most recent results from those regions last week, and I talked about the entire format of these VCT challengers rounds, so check that out if this whole thing is a little bit confusing. We're going to start getting some playoffs results for you in our next episode. In the meantime, take a quick jaunt over to Counter-Strike, where the We Play Academy League continued its round-robin stage.
Outside smokes, but I have outside.
Yeah, they failed.
They can go main, they can go main.
Careful for the explode, guys.
Yeah.
Door,
Door dead, more door. Can be out. Door dead, one more maybe. Dead. One more cut. One more cut. On the left.
Right.
I'm holding cut. Can we hold the vents so he doesn't go out? Nice!
The Mouse Sports Academy team takes first place in the group stage, and the top 4 teams are automatically invited to the LAN finals. Next up is the Overwatch League, where the qualifiers began for the East and West leagues in the Countdown Cup.
Including a gigantic rocket that you probably can't finish in one fight. It's probably dietitians recommend you don't have it at all. Look at space. The man's everywhere. Assassin, though, was hoping to try and find a Mercy, but he's lost his own. Oh, no. Rury's going to pick him off as he goes for the most, risky barrage I think I've seen. He's just lost his Mercy pocket and goes for it midair. It's an easy kill. Maybe a mistake, maybe nerves, maybe that was all part of the plan. Maybe he believes in predestination. It doesn't matter, though. The cart's still trucking along. That's a minefield in play, but it's just 2 big bodies. They don't care. It's going to get home. There's a self-destruct there as a gift for the Justice there as the Gladiators hand them the fattest of it.
Sparker down 2.
It's not going to be enough.
No, the blade! EQO coming out. He's charging. He's looking. He's slicing. He's dicing. Takes down another 3. Genji. EQO. Be big. Could be something big.
Bernard's not going to there. The EQO's hunting in the back line.
Yeah, he's looking for it. Shockwave, though, he's built it on the EMP. Time to put this one away. Drops the EMP. EQO there on the fall through on the Shy. Looking for Gushway. One round of shurikens after the other, and the Fusion continue their streak.
Those qualifiers continue for another couple of weeks. Up next, let's move on to Rainbow Six Siege, where the North American League finished up their group stage. The top 4 teams get the seed into the 6 major in Mexico City.
Country Mile. Rexon on the flank. He's going to add number 14 to it. There's a drone watching, but it's in the wrong direction. What was an advantage for DG has evaporated, and we're back into a 3v3. They'll need to get that diffuser planted, and that's in Retro's hands to do just that. Rexon's still lording above them. He'll need to get as quickly as he can to his teammates. Super pops up, outdueled by Retro. Kansan firing away. He's taken down. It'll need to be Rexon to play a hero, and he's getting a ping. He sees him, but can he get the position? Yes, he can! And the Sonics will get their spot at the Mexico Major.
The Asia Pacific League also finished up. They had playoffs between the best teams from both the North and South divisions, with Damwon Gaming and Invictus Gaming getting the 2 seeds into the 6 major.
For Elevate, 4v3 for the attack as the Thai team starts to step up, and Luna! He's managed to get upstairs. He's got that diffuser down. It's a 3-on-3. This could be the game-winning play for Invictus Gaming, and it's gonna happen. Luna Metal closes it. Invictus are your final APAC team to represent APAC at the Mexico Major.
All of the winning teams will be heading to Mexico City, where in 2 weeks they play for the $500,000 prize pool. Our final shooter of the day is going to be PUBG. The ESL Masters Europe finished up this week with Virtus Pro taking first place.
Right, but now question mark, they're just waiting, and hence they, of course, they cannot revive Squeaky anymore, so Digori and Rustama, but I would say that these guys, they are very skillful rifles, and now we can see the flank coming from question mark from the side. A lot of smokes there. Rustama still playing on the wrong side of the fence line. Fade is going to be having a peek. He's not actually on the same side. He's getting Digori down, and now it's going down to Rustama. He's the last player. Question mark with 3. They managed to do the revival as well, so Rustama trying to somehow survive on the smokes. A spray from Fortesty. Rustama gets 1, but not the second one, and Dante will finish it off, and question mark 10 kills and a chicken dinner.
And to close us out today, let's talk about some StarCraft. The GSL Grand Finals took place this week between 2019 World Champion Dark and Trap, who has won 5 premier events in 2021.
Networks to take out here, and so the influx of units is going to continue to come in here, and now we can start to shell the minerals over here at the 3rd.
Yeah, everything going wrong. The Queens continue to rally out of here. 14 Queens on the map. The Void Rays being picked off. Production has halted almost completely. The shield battery's doing their best to keep him in this, but it can't last for long. Okay, we've got more and more coming out here for the Zerg. The Void Rays are doing their damnedest to try to fight off all of these Queens, all of these Ravagers. But more roaches come through that Nidus network. Trap trying his heart out as another Bile picks off another Void Ray. Oh my God. GG, that is it. And Dark, our GSL Season 2 champion in 2021.
A beautiful performance from Dark as he bullied his way through Trap in that series to win it 4-1. Also this week, the DreamHack Masters fall season has begun, with most of the regions getting into their games and a few of them finishing up, like in Latin America, where Special dominated the competition, only dropping 1 map on his way to victory and a seed at the season finals.
There's just no real good choice for your Dragon. I'm sorry, it's just, I don't know what you do here.
It's pretty brutal, but that is the power of Juanito as we end up seeing Kellizer pulling all the boys in, trying to make one final stand over here against the absolute juggernaut of Latin America. But GG well played gets called, and Special sweeps the series 4-0 with just truly dominating Terran versus Terran play.
In the Taiwan-Hong Kong region, Haas defeated Nice in the finals 4-2 to qualify.
And there we go. The Zealots come in on all sides. The Archon breaking the force fields. The Stalkers smashing on through. And that is it. Battery overcharge will not be enough to make up for those numbers differences. As here, at the end of the day, the 3-1 upgrades, a slight upgrade advantage, a massive macro advantage on 89 probes. Yep. And he says, you can hang on and defend as efficiently as you want, but if you cede map control to me, I will punish you for it.
First of many
every single base. I'm already expanding to your side trainers.
Oh, Haas says, welcome back. Sifu has returned. The king has returned.
Fear the shadows.
In Oceania, it was Probe taking first place over Mio Micah for the qualifying spot.
Oh, he abducted onto his Festus. There's no damage there. This is a disaster of an engagement for Mio Micah. He's just getting absolutely slaughtered.
Yeah, I mean, hit the Viper hotkey, went for the abducts, but not pulling them into Hydras, pulling them over the Infestors. Probe is just doing a dance here because his interceptors are just doing the job. Oh my god, I think Probe knows that after that fight, a counterattack is going to put this game in the bag for him.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is not Mio's wheelhouse, this stage of the game. Trying to use the spellcasters, which was very cool, but it was so very late. And it was after, you know, the Infestor timing, which did not really make any sense. 3-based Infestor hyper timing against Cannon Disruptor. So, oh my lord, Bloodbath.
GG. Oh my goodness.
Korea had a small play-in to determine which 2 of 4 players would make it through. SOS and Zaun were the victors over DRG and Rogue.
HP, remember, all those Archon shots? So if the Corruptors aren't careful, they will just get melted by these Archons, which is kind of starting to happen. The Phoenix may want to move to the other side and get after the Mutalisks. The Corruptors, like I say, all going down. The Archons putting in some serious work, and Rogue will just not have enough left, and that is going to be a 3-0, my friends.
Europe is the largest region with 32 players in the group stage and only 4 qualifying spots. The games will be continuing for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, he flanked the Disruptors and he killed them all!
Oh my god!
Whoa, they're just at the top of the screen and they just all blew up, and I was like, well, I guess that's how you get out of there, Hellraiser. Shadone did not see that coming in the slightest, and that is going to be his army melted. Hellraiser, wow.
Both North America and China will start their group stages this coming week. I'm certainly looking forward to those results on our next episode. And
welcome back, everyone. You guys are watching LAS, our League Uncop series. This is our Uncop fundraiser. The funds are generated entirely on the viewership. So, you know, we really appreciate you guys joining us here, watching these awesome games that our brothers and sisters have been playing this entire season. Again, we have our $25 gift card from Amazon to be raffled off at the end of the night, so make sure you stay tuned. Don't leave yet. Keep the stream on. We have one more viewership list that we're going to go through before we do the raffle, so stay on until the very end. Also, if we do draw your name, make sure you are there and there to claim it. Otherwise, we're going to redraw. So, that was a really entertaining game there, last game. I know, Raph, we talked about it during the break there, how awesome Team Rocket's synergy has been, right? Their teamwork, you can see how they move together. It's like they're moving together as a hive with one mind. And, you know, it's a really contrast from some of the teams that we've seen. And, you know, Team Joe Mama is really great individually, but for some reason, they're not gelling together. So do you favor Team Rocket here with their momentum going into the playoffs?
Actually, there's a team, SFC Telecom. They also have very good synergy. That's another team that I've been, eyeing this whole series, just because individually I'm not quite sure how they are, but as a team they look like a cohesive unit. So I really think this playoff series with Charlie and the Pentakill Factory playing really well yesterday, the playoffs is wide open to anyone.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, because the first team that Team Rocket's going to be facing would be SFC Telecom T1. And I think I remember from the beginning of the season, we were doing some power rankings or seeing who's going to be ahead, and everybody kept saying, hey, collectively, SFC Telecom T1 has really good players, right? Individual players with high rankings, and they would be favored. And, regular season aside, it doesn't matter anymore. It's where the playoffs is where it matters. Exactly. So we're going to see this Team Rocket face off against SFC Telecom T1. So you're right. Anything can happen. Minho, looking at these picks and bans, anything that strikes out from you that's out of the ordinary, or anything weird going on here? Because I myself, I can't pick out anything that's out of the ordinary here.
It's a bunch of weird. Not too many weird stuff on the side of Team Joe Mama here. Pretty standard. They got the Malphite in the top lane. Diana jungle, she's been killing it in the jungle, even in like solo queue and in pro play. Got the Heimerdinger, comfort pick for Big Boy Ho. We got the Ashe AD carry, the Xerath support. Pretty standard stuff on the side of Team Joe Mama here. But then we see Team Rocket's bot lane mostly here. We see the Zyra and the Ziggs in the bot lane. So a lot of poke, a lot of damage coming out of that bot lane. So Should
So-
be a lot of fun.
So
a
when
lot
you
of action.
say a lot of poke, a lot of damage, I mean, you know, a newbie in me, I don't
okay.
fully understand it. So why is it that it's unusual to see that type of attribute on the bottom lane?
Well, it's the meta, the meta being like, the way that people play the game most generally. They want that physical high damage, 80 attack damage, physical damage carry with a support, someone who can back them up. Whereas what Team Rocket's got going on is they got the Zyra, they got the crowd control, right? The roots, the knockups. They got the AP damage though coming from the Ziggs as well. So it's mostly like a big burst. Like we're trying to we're gonna kill you guys as soon as we hit anything on you.
So
Versus,
lacking the support counterpart here for the bottom lane, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's more like they went for like the aggro strategy. They just we just want to hit you with what we got. So back up, right?
Well, I'm looking forward to see how this turns out. I mean, they've actually did a sub. We have CeeLo B tagging in and replaced by Yellow Mellow Knight. I think you're familiar with that, Raph. I mean, he's a new player. What can you say about this this tag team here, or the change of players?
So Team Rocket's composition now changes a bit, right? Yellow Mellow Knight is a fairly new player, and he plays the top lane, strictly the top lane. So with CeeLo B, who in ADC is tagged out, right? Everyone has to shift. So we do see Hercules take that ADC role, quote unquote ADC role. However, they did change it up by going in AP bottom, that poke. AP standing for ability power. Now, top lane, we do see the Malphite in Trillion against Yellow Mellow Knight, so that'll be an interesting matchup. I do have Trillion winning that lane, but Yellow Mellow Knight has been practicing, so he might have something up his sleeve here. But we do see the Shen with Meta Awesome. We saw in Game 1 Shen's presence throughout the entire map. So if Yellow Mellow Knight does fall into some trouble, Shen may come to him for his rescue.
Cool. I'm looking forward to this Ricky versus Ilian battles. And so looks like we're almost there to start. Our spectator delay countdown is almost done. And I'll turn it over to casters and take it away.
All right. So with the regular season coming to a wrap and as we approach playoffs, drop in the comments section if you have a team that you want to join in the next season. We're looking for more players to participate, really expand our league, right? The more players we have, of course, the more viewers, and of course, the more fun that we're gonna have. The more, the merrier. Drop in the comments if you are interested in the next season, just to give us a rough idea of how many more players we're looking to add in the next season. So as we load into the game, Minho, what is your pick here? Which team do you think will take Game 3? Is it going to be a sweep by Team Rocket with a 3-0? Or will Team Joe Mama just, go down with a punch at least?
Well, I do want to see Joe Mama come back and try to, not get bageled here, not get that 0-3, but I actually do favor Team Rocket's team comp here, I think, because they do have the Engage, they have the Shen, the Wukong, the Viego to go in, and then they have the huge massive burst coming from this bot lane here. So honestly, even though they don't have that ranged AD carry, they do have the AD damage coming out of the Wukong and the Viego. So, but if Team Joe Mama do survive, right? They also have their own source of engagement with the Malphite, the Diana, the Ash Arrow, right? They can get those picks. So it's gonna be very tight. I think the team to engage first and really get that first kill in that team fight is gonna be the one to take it.
30 seconds.
So,
I genuinely think that Team Joe Mama might make this a stomping. Reason being is because the bottom lane, we see a level 1 fight.
and
Emilio going down, giving up first blood. Team Rocket off to a strong start here. As I was saying, my vote goes to Team Joe Mama. So back to that. The reason why I think Team Joe Mama takes this is because Neilio showed an amazing performance last game with the amount he's farmed, right? As an ADC, a standard ADC with Ashe, I do see him still continuing that trend, right, of very high farm going into the late game. My concern for Team Rocket is Zyra or Ziggs, their farm going into the late game, right? As you know, it's a little harder to farm with an ability like an AP
Definitely.
champ.
Right.
Especially early, you're going to be using your mana a lot, but we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays out. And honestly, if Team Joe Mama can keep Neilio alive, making sure the Ashe is pumping out that damage, kiting everybody, you know, attacking, making sure they don't get anywhere near her, they could easily turn that fight around. I can see it. It'll just depend on the execution of who goes in and who goes in on who, right? So if Team Rocket can get onto this backline of the Xerath, the Heimerdinger, and the Ashe before Malphite or Diana can do anything, you know, Malphite and Diana, they go in, who's gonna back them up, right? So, well, yeah, it looks like nothing too crazy right now other than that level 1 invade. So, where do you see the jungle pressure coming in here? Do you pressure the top lane, the mid lane, or the bot lane? And for which team, Mr. Jungler?
If I'm Team Joe Mama, I'm ganking the bot lane. I don't want that AP bot lane to get going, right? Because in the late game, when you start to group, the poke from Ziggs and Zyra will be draining, right? You're gonna literally watch your health go down before you even start fighting. And so I'm gonna focus on that bot lane, one, because I don't want Hercules to think he can start doing this.
And then we see Meta Awesome coming in, the level 2 gank in the top lane. Trillian having to burn her flash there, but does live. Yeah, she does live, but we do see Neilio getting chunked out. That poke, right? That damage from those abilities, from those casters, taking a toll on this Ashe.
Exactly. So we do not want to see, if you're inside of Team Joe Mama, you don't want to see those AP bot lane champions start to get that traction, right? That their items, that damage.
Right, so you definitely want to take advantage of them early before they start getting their items, right? Their lost chapters, their tiers, so that they can stay in lane and just keep pumping out those spells. Right. So I do.
Oh, we see another gank by Meta Awesome. Trillian with no flash. Great job by Meta Awesome doing this.
With the kill. Secured
I told
there.
you, he's been practicing, man. Secured the kill. Great job by Meta Awesome. Taking away Trillian's flash and making her pay for it by staying in lane.
Right, and the TP was not burned, so it looks like we see Trillian walking back up here. Gonna be a huge EXP deficit in the top lane, so...
I think that's intentional. Team Joe Mama might be saving that TP for the dragon, right? I'm not sure if Yellow Mellow Knight is of that caliber where he's thinking of the macro plays. He does have TP. But like you mentioned, the first team to engage wins the team fight. And so if Trillian does save that TP for that dragon fight early, they can win that first team fight. Not sure if the team fight will happen that early though. But we see a lot of poke going on here in bot lane. 2 noobs, 1 cup, taking damage, also dealing damage, but he's walking out with less than a quarter of his health.
Right, so I also think the thing about this bot lane is this 2 noobs, 1 cup on the Xerath needs to put in pretty much the work of 2 casters, right? Because Team Rocket's got the 2, but it looks like
Neilio taking a lot of damage. Hercules with the ignite takes out Neilio, and this AP bot lane seems to be working early.
And we see Big Boy Hook going on to Nayoshi here, almost taking him out there, forcing him to recall. And again, it's sort of that melee range matchup, right? Punishing it that we saw in the game 1 and game 2. So now, if you're Shen, do you just keep ganking the top lane, no flash still? Keep pressure, get your top laner ahead so that your top laner can just TP and just smash wherever he needs to go to, right?
You could do that, right? What Shen could do is gank top, make Team Joe Mama's jungler think, oh, I have a free dragon. Now, Team Rocket's bottom lane steps up, Shen ults, and now it becomes a 3v3 again. Right?
Yeah, that's actually a crazy thing to think about. Shen could literally be ganking somewhere else and still show up at this dragon.
Exactly. So that's what makes him such a deadly jungler, at least when it comes to map presence, right? Because as a jungler, wherever you see the enemy jungler go, you're either one, capitalizing on that or ganking. So.
Right. My goodness. So Team Joe Mama definitely need to keep an eye out when this Shen turns level 6. Make sure they won't get caught out by that. So if you're Team Joe Mama, do you try to get this dragon ASAP so that the level 6 doesn't happen?
Exactly, yes. If I'm Team Joe Mama, I'm pushing out my lanes, getting prio, especially with Heimer controlling that mid lane right now. Drag is definitely a priority.
Right, because pushing up, right, you have the time to be the first one to react, right?
We do see Shen here ganking bot lane. Looks like Team Joe Mama has no vision here. Meta Austin's going to have a free walk up. He's looking to take on. Oh, he gets Nelio. Nelio flashes, like you mentioned. We see Diana counter jungling here. A counter ganking, my apologies.
We saw Ilian kill Yellow Mellow Knight in the top lane as well.
Waka Waka doesn't finish the kill on Cucumber. Now they're running away. Meta Awesome stepping up. Looks like they'll just back off here. But like you mentioned, Trillian does get the solo kill against Yellow Mellow Knight. Yellow Mellow Knight burns his TP going top here. So right now, Joe Mama has the advantage on Dragon if they choose to do so.
They do have that TP advantage, and we do see that Shen did recall, so it would be a good time because we know that Xerath is coming back to lane, so they do have the bot priority. And as Hercules was just trying to grab some vision near the dragon, does get out, no big deal.
Team Joe Mama actually doing a better job with vision this game. We see 3 control wards from their side, 1 in the bot lane, 1 by mid, and then 1 at top. So good job on Joe Mama establishing that map vision. Bottom lane poking down.
Right.
Hercules here.
It does look
we
like
see Viego and Shen, looking around the drag area here.
But
Sorry
we do see Viego. No, you're good, bro. So we do see Viego recalling though. So they were just checking to see if Team Joe Mama was doing it. But it does look like Nelio did recall, but Hercules is also recalling. So the man count is still even. But we do see Shen on the top side. So if you're Shen here, would you go for the Rift Herald knowing that the drag is up and just give up the drag, or do you want to? Oh, we do see the flash coming out.
Ooh, Cucumber clutches that bomb
from downtown. Oh my goodness, Kobe.
Great play. Yeah, exactly. And that's one risky play. You know, you're investing on that flash, and it looks like it paid off. Nayoshi looking to fight here. The Shen ultimate comes in. Is it enough? Meta Awesome's in the fight. Cucumber, the Cucumber does step up.
But
Hercules a little late.
Down.
Here's the Ziggs ult. Nelio trying to run away. Two Noobs throwing his abilities.
Two Noobs, one cup, just saving Nelio's life there with the stun.
Big Buiho going back to mid. Now does Team Rocket just walk away from this? Yellow Mellow Knight getting engaged on by Trillian, and Trillian closes out that kill with Yellow Mellow Knight still burning flash. That's a tough loss for Wukong up there.
Props to Trillian though, getting ganked twice back to back and coming up with the 2 solo kills at the top lane.
Yeah. That definitely applies a lot of pressure top side.
And that's really hard to do as a top laner. If you die, if you burn your flash and you die and you come back to lane, it's like you pretty much concede the lane.
Exactly.
You pretty much say, all right, it's your lane. I'm waiting for my jungler,
but we've seen in the past 2 games where Team Rocket's remained patient, right? Despite Team Joe Mama starting off strong. But here we can see Trillian, showing that same perseverance and patience as Nayoshi pokes down Big Buiho, but she gets away safely under tower. We do see the Shen at drag right now.
But it looks like he is getting pinged out.
Nayoshi is clearing a control ward on the bottom side I'm sure they suspect the dragon.
But we
going
do
down
see
right now.
Joe Mama's bot lane coming up here. They know they're doing it.
They're looking to contest.
They're poking them out, but I think.
But Diana is nowhere near to smite that dragon for the
But
steal.
Diana is securing the Rift Herald though at the same time, so trading objectives there.
Yeah, that's not a bad decision by Team Joe Mama. Again, if the jungler's on one side of the map, you want to capitalize on the other. No kills were given, right? Team Joe Mama knew that they couldn't steal dragons, so they didn't commit to a fight there. Safe call.
So if you were in this game, would you have rather have gotten the dragon or the Rift Herald? Because remember, it's a Cloud Drake, right? It's not really offensive or defensive stats or anything. So do you mind if you're Team Joe Mama giving up the drag for the bonus gold of the Rift Herald?
So I am just a fan of dragon. One, because as a jungler, every dragon that you take, whether or not it's offensive or defensive, gets you that one dragon closer to the soul, right? We see Big Booey Ho, though, blow her flash to dodge the meta awesome gank, so good job on that. But like I mentioned, two news, one cup going down from this poke comp down bot. Great job by Timber.
We mentioned it earlier, the burst of this double AP bot lane. If you get caught, you're gonna get blown up, so.
Exactly.
Ziggs with the long range, Zyra with the crowd control. It's pretty good synergy.
It is, it is. They're playing this really well.
And they also have both of their lost chapters, so they're not going anywhere in lane. They can pretty much stay in there forever, so.
So yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, I picked Dragon just because it gets you that much closer to Soul. That's all it is.
Okay. I see, I see. But we do see Meta Awesome here coming in behind Trillion in the top lane. But we do see Nelio as well.
Yellow Mellow Knight looks like he might go down here despite the gank. Oh, he does. He's just going to get away. Great job. There's a TP coming in by Viego. We'll see if they can take down Trillion. Big Buiho does come up to help. Great rotate. They get the taunt on Big Buiho. Does she get away? She does not, and that's a double kill.
And the resets from Viego.
That double kill goes to the side of Team Rocket. That was a great escape by Yellow Mellow Knight. Way to bait that in.
What a clone from Yellow Mellow Knight, exactly. But the Rift Herald is going down. They're probably going to try to secure first tower here, maybe, but hard to get the minion wave up to the tower with the Ziggs and the Zyra being there.
Right. I did like the rotate by Heimer going top there. It just wasn't quite enough.
A little
TP
bit slow. Yeah, it was a very good TP. He secured himself 2 kills there. My goodness. And we all know Viego, once he gets rolling.
Oh man, he steamrolls.
He is the definition of the snowball effect.
Exactly.
The snowball effect. My goodness, so we do see quite a big lead in the mid lane with those 3 kills and the kill deficit in the bot lane.
One thing I do want to mention is we did talk about how we do see Nayoshi engaging here on Waka Waka. We see the Ziggs ult in on the Diana, but it's not quite enough. Will Team Joe Mama capitalize on Nayoshi's overextension? They do. They get down Nayoshi. We see 2 News ulting, but it's stopped by Meta Awesome, saving Cucumber. Meta Awesome sacrificing his own life to save Cucumber. What a valiant effort.
Nice picks, Joe Mama. Punishing the Viego there for his aggressiveness. I think Nayoshi also burned Flash there, trying to get the kill. So he had no way out. But yeah, I mean, but what did Team Joe Mama do with those 2 kills though, right? They only got the 2 kills. They got the bounty, I guess, right? But they didn't really push any objectives with that. So not too much of a loss for Team Rocket in the end though.
Yeah, and one thing that we've seen in Game 1 and Game 2, Team Rocket is a fan of invading your jungle, right? And look here,
and then
Hercules takes out 2 News, 1 cup. We see Yellow Mellow Knight engaging on Trillion, but it's not quite enough. Trillion is quite tanky. Hercules fighting Nelio 1v1. Who comes out of this? We see the Shen here.
Meta Awesome Knight coming in clutch with the ultimate there.
That's huge.
That was.
And guess what? Meta Awesome is in a position to take Dragon. We see Diana in the enemy jungle, yes, but Dragon is going to spawn, and it's going to go to the hands of Team Rocket here.
Yes, yes. And it is an Ocean Drake. The extra healing in lane should be helpful. Especially for this bot lane, who's always pushed up, poking.
Great job by Meta Awesome to play that almost like a chess match, right? He knows Dragon's coming up. If I had to speculate, he told Kirk, go in on that. I have you, right? With the Shen ult. And so they capitalize with a kill, and Dragon, that's huge. That's a great play from Team Rocket.
Great play. Save it, you know, not only, like you mentioned, you know, it saved Hercules there, but netted them a kill and the Dragon. So huge swing. Unlike the kills from Team Momma from earlier, where they didn't really had the objectives up as well. So fortunate timing for Team Rocket there.
So for our viewers watching, earlier we did see 2 noobs, 1 cup go down to Hercules earlier, but we do see a fight here. Cucumber getting caught out. Neilio does secure damage with 2 noobs finishing him off, but 2 noobs goes down.
Oh no!
The Hercules here.
Got a little bit greedy there. Went back in, tried to secure a kill there. So it's a 1-for-1 for Team Rocket.
If you're Team Momma, you want these 1-for-1s, right? Right now, Team Rocket is in the lead. So 1-for-1s does kind of give you that boost, right, to get you to your next item, whatever it may be.
Right, because Team Rocket had the bounties too, right? They're worth more gold. Right?
Exactly.
So to them, it's worth it in the long run, right? The EXP and the minion gold that they're giving is nothing compared to the amount of gold that they got from that kill. So
we see Waka Waka engaging on Meta Awesome. Meta Awesome does dash away. We'll see what Hercules does here. Waka Waka with the ult lands that.
What an ultimate, and then secures the kill onto. My goodness, what a play from Waka Waka there.
Looks like Team Momma is now starting to capitalize on these kills and on this pressure. Will we see a dive here? Waka Waka takes some aggro from the tower. However, they do just back off. 2 noobs poking.
And we do see
Viego is rotating
down
bot. Yeah. Can he do something here?
Oh, Waka Waka sort of let him walk through, but Naoshi just going to say, nope, nothing can be done here. So going back, farming up. So now the Rift Herald is up again, right? So with the top lane, you know, top lane pressure that Trillion has on this Wukong, right? Because I think in the 1v1, Trillion can pretty much outduel this Wukong, right? So
even in the 2v2 scenario, just because Malphite's ult is so effective, right, in team fights, if, for example, Shen and Wukong were to contest that Rift Herald, I believe that Diana Malphite does beat them in that fight. So I am going to make a push for that, but it looks like Viego does have the first step. Meta Awesome is following up with Yellow Mellow Knight pressuring top lane. It looks like this Rift Herald is going to go to the side of Team Rocket here.
Right, and the first turret already went down for Team Rocket as well, so this is just going to be extra gold in their plate, in their back pocket here.
Right.
So the power of the Ziggs, right, and this double AP bot lane, they just shove in the wave, and the Ziggs will just slam that tower to the ground. But it looks like Cucumber
here we look like
going in.
Engage again. 2 noobs, 1 cup, quite low. They do burn heal. Meta Awesome does ult, but with no success in taking them down. Oh, we see the splash into 2 noobs. Meta Awesome secures the kill. Neilio poking some damage. However, Cucumber does follow up.
But because of that kill, Team Momma was able to take that mid lane down.
You see Hercules caught out here. Waka Waka securing that kill. Meta Awesome does come down. Nayoshi's here as well. We'll see how this fight goes. Nayoshi takes down Big Buiho. Waka Waka running away. We see Neilio ult the Ziggs just to stop his movement, but Waka Waka does get out.
Flashing over the but
Trillion down here is taunted currently. Nayoshi trying to get Waka Waka. Trillion taking down Cucumber. And now we'll see, will Nayoshi come down to help? Meta Awesome fighting Trillion. We see Nayoshi fighting off Neilio. Takes down Neilio. Does Waka Waka go down? No, Waka Waka finishes him off. So right now, Meta Awesome is trying to dodge. But 2 News with the ultimate is able to take down Meta Awesome. Great job by Team Joe Mama on capitalizing that position.
Oh my goodness.
What a play by Waka Waka to stay alive. 1, he dodged death the first time, came back into the fight, finished off. It was Nayoshi.
It was Nayoshi. Nayoshi was
And
on
still got
Nelio.
out
Yeah.
alive.
My goodness.
So it looks like that scramble of a fight goes to Team Joe Mama.
Yeah, they got a lot of gold from that. I think they got the bounty from the Hercules, right? Or if not. And yeah, so stopping a lot of momentum. And the dragon is up, and it looks like Team Joe Mama has a slight advantage getting to it before Team Rocket does.
And to our viewers, we saw some picks go out there because vision was quite low from both teams in that river. And so we saw Hercules being extended, right? And getting caught out. But
yeah, he was also capitalizing on the lack of vision as well, right? But he just missed his abilities. But we do see the 5v5
here.
first.
It's going to be a 5v5. Nayoshi is pushing mid. Will he come join this dragon fight? It looks like he's dropping Rift Herald to apply pressure. However, Cucumber does throw his ult just to deter them from the dragon. Meta Awesome goes in. They're fighting here. Trillion ults in. Takes out Hercules. Yellow Mel Knight goes down. Cucumber and Meta Awesome running away. Viego is now rotating to see if he can do anything to clean up here. Dragon is still up. And it looks like Team Joe Mama is going to back off. Viego goes in. Nayoshi going in. Takes down Waka Waka. He takes down Trillion. Going after Big Booey Ho. Trillion finishes off that kill. It looks like this dragon is going to go to the side of Team Rocket. What a cleanup from Nayoshi there.
Oh
2 News 1 Cup looking to ult them out. Missed them. Dancing feet by Meta Awesome to dodge all those ults. Are they going to go for the steal here? Looks like the dragon will go blue team.
Yeah, we mentioned it before. Whoever goes in first in these team fights is going to win, right? We saw the Ziggs ultimate come out, putting the damage down. We saw Meta Awesome going on to Waka Waka, right? Making sure, you know, he's off of that dragon, focused on the fights, right? So in the end, you know, it seemed like Team Joe Mama had it there, but the flank from Nayoshi coming in.
Yeah, that Ziggs really did a number of damage, right? With that ult, getting them at least half health. And so Nayoshi was in a great position to clean up there. Now, if we had seen a 5v5, I'm not quite sure how that would have played out. Trillion did have an amazing ult with the Malphite. Strong engage. Just wasn't quite enough, though.
Right, so now that we saw our first 5v5, right? If we're Team Joe Mama here, after trying to recover from this Viego that just rammed through you, right?
Right.
So what do? Do you focus on trying to just peel this Viego off of you, or do you still try to go in for your wombo combo of the Malphite Diana here? Because if you leave Viego alone, he'll just slice and dice your team up to no end, right?
I think the approach is going to be similar to what they did in Game 1 and Game 2. In Game 1 and Game 2, we kind of pointed out that they lacked that that grouping, right? That Team Rocket has. However, grouping against oh, my apologies. You do want to group here. Team Rocket shouldn't group because you have the Trillion ult, right? However, if you are
Diana combo, yeah.
Exactly. However, if you are Team Joe Mama, if you do group, that Ziggs ult does a number of damage to your entire team. So you really have to play that well. I would say try to avoid fighting in the jungle. It's just hard to maneuver through there. We saw in the river that Ziggs did get what, like a 4-man ult almost.
Yeah, a 4-man, if not 5-man.
Right, just because everyone's so bunched up together, the lanes, I mean the jungle's quite narrow. It's hard to maneuver around there. So great job by Cucumber on taking advantage of the terrain.
But we
see Waka Waka here. Extended against Nayoshi and Meta Awesome. Taunted, can't do anything. Nayoshi does take down Waka Waka, leaving Baron wide open for Team Rocket to take. We do see the Ziggs and the Ashe bot lane. Hercules coming down bot. Looks like they will not be going for Baron, and they may just be pushing in lanes here. With a jungler down, let's see what Team Rocket decides to do here.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to pressure Baron here because you don't really have the AD carry, but you do have the Viego, but you do have 2 in the bot lane. So just sieging on this inner turret here. Oh my goodness, the damage.
Neilio is doing a great job of sidestepping these abilities, but when you have 100 abilities and you can only dodge 60, you get hit with the 40, right? Like, you're gonna get hit.
Oh my gosh. Exactly. Like you guys just saw Zyra, you know, why you have to cover you can cover so much area with Zyra's abilities. But oh my
that
goodness.
forced Meta Awesome to ult here.
But that means that it automatically
Waka
pressure.
flanking from the left-hand side.
Oh, gets rooted though, taunted.
Gets taunted. Well. She cannot move. Does use. Is that stopwatch?
It is not. It is stopwatch. It is stopwatch. But we do see the Ash Arrow securing the kill onto CK.
Neilio delivering damage. Nayoshi dives in there. Does he finish? He finishes Neilio, but goes down himself.
Taking that turret a little too much, but we do see
News
the
trying to take out Hercules. Hercules showing the dancing feet here. And he goes down. Tunu securing the kill on Hercules, standing still. Maybe Kirk was thinking, he might think I'm going to move, but I'm not going to move.
What a series of events for Team Momma here. 2 for 4 for Team Momma here.
You know,
Huge.
Earlier when Team Rocket did have the lead, we talked about Team Momma wanting to take the 1-for-1 trades, right, when it comes to kills. And as you keep going, you know, 1-for-1, you do still have maybe like that 4-kill lead. However, an 18-22 isn't that big of a deficit, right? As opposed to maybe a 6-2.
Right.
So,
exactly.
Team Momma doing a great job here. Team Rocket needs to start playing a lot smarter, not giving up kills, right, to let Team Momma catch up.
Yeah, they needed to do what they did to Waka Waka in the top lane, right? Clear out that vision, get those picks, so that you have that man advantage, so that you can pressure even other parts of the map with that Shen ultimate, right? So, but we do see Dragon coming up here. Trillion pressuring this top lane. It does have TP for this fight, so
does Yellow Mellow Knight. So, like you mentioned, whoever does get the first step,
right?
I say would win this.
Because if Team Momma were to get the Malphite with Diana all combo off on at least 2 to 3 people, the fight's over. You know.
It is, yeah.
Even though this Viego, how
you see the TP in here, Trillion getting absolutely demolished by herself.
But does
rotate by Team Momma a little late, but Waka Waka does ult there, takes down Meta Awesome.
But Viego back again with the flank.
Nayoshi from behind, taking them away. Like you mentioned, he is snowballing, but Big Buiho with a great play there on the stopwatch. Kirk does take down Big Buiho, but Nayoshi goes down on the side of Team Rocket. They're looking to secure the dragon here. Hercules will just walk away. Cucumber also distancing himself. May throw a bomb or two, but ultimately the dragon
going
goes
for the steal, right? No enemy team junglers down, so pretty much means free dragon, right?
Yep, Yellow Mellow Knight is still pushing top. Opted not to use his TP in that fight.
Yeah, I mean, it was looking good. I mean, like I said, Team Momma, they took the initiative there, right? They started the TP first. Even though Trillion did get caught out, I mean, they did turn it around. They did go in. Did get the kill on there. Oh, Hercules getting caught out here.
Getting caught out by Waka Waka. The Shen ult coming in. Meta Awesome going for the taunt. Waka Waka can't do anything when taunted like that. Great play by Meta Awesome.
Oh, man. They need to make sure, Team Momma needs to make sure to keep track of these. But 2 noobs stealing the blue buff away.
He's been doing pretty well with his poke and his ult.
Oh yeah, Xerath will always be at the point in the game where, you know, if he's at a, you know, if he has his items, he'll just
Ash ult into the zigs there.
But Hercules snaring Big Boy Ho, but Hercules is stepping up a little bit. Oh my god!
Whoa, that is a ton of damage coming from 2 noobs, 1 cup.
Oh my gosh, that was like a third of his HP gone with 1 ability. This is why I hate casters in the bot lane, man.
They just melt you almost.
You will never be fast enough to dodge all of the abilities, right?
Right. One thing I did notice is no team is prioritizing Baron here, right? Typically, you'll see the bot lanes go to top, but it looks like Waka Waka's chasing down Meta Awesome. Uses the Plant here? No? Separate them.
Meta also
play by
sending
Meta Awesome.
Waka Waka into the Baron pit. But Meta also
Nayoshi
still in some trouble
coming
here.
in. Can Nayoshi do something here? Get Meta Awesome out. It's a 2v3 fight here. Trillion.
Big boy Ho! Forcing Nayoshi to ulti out. And Meta Awesome finally going down here. But
Team Rocket's still following up.
Oh my god.
Does Trillion get out of this?
The combo of this Zyra Ziggs, man. The damage, dude. It's insane.
If you notice, a lot of these fights are dragging almost, right? Like, for example, you see champs come in later and perform this cleanup, which we didn't see in previous games. Typically, a team that would trickle in would lose, right? It'd be a team fight. They would trickle in and they would die one by one. But here we see great job by both teams cleaning up. We see the Viego doing the same. Yeah, a lot of great individual or duo plays here.
Right, I do think that might be, you know, because of the fact, right? Because Meta Awesome was able to stay alive for so long. Being able to buy the time for his team to rotate and get the cleanup on those kills. So even though he did go down, right? He's a team player for sure.
It was fun to watch.
Oh my gosh!
Kimber with so much damage.
That was two abilities.
That was just two abilities. So,
oh my gosh.
Earlier, if you guys recall, Seth did ask, what is the advantage of having the two casters down bot? And we see it right there, the amount of burst damage, right? That they
and we see Yellow Mellow Knight going on to Big Boy Ho. And
Yellow Mellow Knight gets a solo kill against Big Booey, but Big Booey does not go down without a fight, takes down Yellow Mellow with him. We see Kirkity's caught out here. Waka Waka and Trillion looking to finish off that kill. Waka Waka does.
But Team Rocket sneaking the Baron during all this, so...
They did get the Baron.
My goodness. Dude, by the way, I just noticed Diego's 4 items.
Well, level 17 also.
Level 17, 4 items, while the most that we see is 3 items on this Ashe for Team Joe Mama here.
So Diego looking really strong. Big snowball right now.
My goodness, with the Wit's End for the damage, the Ravenous Hydra for the sustain in team fights, right? And then the Rage Blade just to, you know, really be swinging his sword at him.
And now we see both teams prepping for drag, but Neilio is caught out by Nayoshi. Nayoshi again levels above Neilio here. One whole item above, finishes off Ashe. And now it looks like it's going to be a 5v4 for this dragon.
Yeah, if I was Team Joe Mama here, I'd give up this dragon.
Yeah,
knowing that your carry's down, your support is a third HP. Unless you get some crazy wombo combo where Malphite Diana can like.
I'd say don't sleep on 2 noobs 1 cup. He can deal some damage from afar, so.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the Xerath
I may have looked
range
to just poke, but you know, played on the safe side there. Yeah, your carry's gone. Don't go for it.
Also see that the Xerath is going for the straight damage, not even buying boots.
Meta Awesome engaging on Waka Waka here, but just falls back.
And then we see Xerath trying to put in that long range poke. So they got the Baron. Now you just set up for the 1-4 here, it looks like, right? Pushing the Barons in, get those Baron empowered minions in. Because that cannon minion does a lot of damage to turrets. If they can...
And he can sit outside of turret range, so unless Team Joe Mama steps up to take it out, it'll keep shooting at that tower.
Oh my
Kimber taking down 2 noobs 1 cup with that ult. The burst damage is just way too much from these mages. Exactly.
Oh, but
you see Neilio engaging. Waka wants it. Can't get to the second lane, but he does flash into Cucumber. Neilio fighting, trying to help out Waka Waka. However, it's not quite enough. Meta Awesome way too tanky here. Trillion does step up, but Viego is here now. The carry of Team Rocket dealing damage. Takes out Neilio.
My goodness. And then we see Kirkity's
trickling in here, just poking down Team Joe Mama. Can they hold out as Team Rocket pushes with their Baron empowered minions?
And Shed still has ultimate through all this, by the way. So
that might be
Shen
the
is
reason why
lagging
they're
behind.
still looking to push here.
Yeah.
Cucumber
oh my
with
God,
the ult
that
again.
like, my goodness.
Poking. 2 noobs, 1 cup. Trying to poke. Trying to return some damage. We'll see what they do here. Big Boo and Trillion backing now due to low health.
By the way, Team Rocket's on Soul has Mountain Soul.
Yeah, there's...
My goodness. So there's the extra health shield. Gonna make it even harder for them to be taken down by Team Joe Mama here. So if you're up against Mountain Soul here, right? Baron.
That's hard.
What do? You just pretty much just stay inside your base, right?
Yeah, you turtle. You play safe.
Turtle, and I think we need to see a TP flank from Trillion, right? Once Team Rocket is sieging on them, Trillion needs to get behind Team Rocket somehow, I think.
Yeah, take out the Ziggs, take out the Zyra. At least get rid of that burst damage.
Yeah, because if they can get rid of those two, they only really need to be concerned with Viego, right? At that point. So if Trillion can get to the back line, if Waka Waka can follow up on the onto the back line, they're still in it. For sure. For sure. So Baron's down, Dragon's down, sieging. Who still has Baron buff? Do we know?
I think it's worn off.
It might have worn off. Okay, so what do you do here? No Baron, no Dragon coming up. And you're at the inhibitors, right? So,
I mean, you have Mountain Soul, right? You could still just shove in. You do have a very poke-heavy comp, so they can just sit around the tower like what they're doing here, what Cucumber's doing, and just poke at them.
The bombs. Oh my goodness, the snares too. Oh, but
Trillion going in. This is exactly what you wanted to see. Meta Awesome ulting in. Can he do anything here? He taunts Waka Waka. Cucumber dealing a ton of damage here. Meta Awesome soaking up damage. 2 noobs, 1 cup on the side here, just poking. We see a TP coming in from Yellow Mellow Knight. Cucumber still fighting here. Nayoshi with a TP actually. My apologies. Nayoshi gonna clean up here. Does he take down Trillion? He does.
Oh, no way.
Does he get 2 noobs? He does.
Oh my goodness. I thought he was dead.
Play.
How did the turret not kill him there?
Rocket.
Oh my goodness.
What I realized about Team Rocket is they are not afraid to die. They dive in, but still execute.
My goodness, Nayoshi not caring at all about the turret. Wow, Yellow Mellow Knight literally just playing PvE, I feel like, this whole time.
Just farming up, just pushing lanes.
I mean, he's doing his job, right? He's pushing the silence, being that split pusher, applying pressure on the other part of the map. Literally, while that whole thing was going down, he was getting all this extra gold for himself and his team. So,
yeah, I mean, if Yellow Mellow Knight does fight with the team, right? He is level 17, so he's above the rest of Team Joe Mama, and then his ult just throwing them up in the air, enough for Cucumber and Kirky to throw their abilities. That's huge.
Oh my goodness.
So
the
if they
combo from Team Rocket is insane.
If I'm Team Rocket, I give up Elder Dragon, just push down. Like let Team Joe Mama get that drag. You're gonna take out, or can almost end the game.
But honestly, Elder's the one buff I would say can turn some stuff around. You know, if Team Joe Mama were to secure Elder somehow, right?
Right.
And the Wombo combo does come in. Diana still does a lot of damage this point. She has 3 items. She has that protocol. The Zanyas even stay alive a little longer too to make sure the ult goes down, right?
Right. I just don't think that taking down Elder Dragon and then recalling to base is enough time to stop a Baron empowered Team Rocket from finishing the game.
Oh, you're right. I think you meant instead of the Baron call. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Once they got Baron, just push down mid, right? Give this up. But it looks like they're gonna go Trillion TPing on bot lane. Will they get there in time to stop the take on Elder, or at least make them pay? Trillion only gets the Ziggs. Is walking directly into Team Rocket here.
But Waka Waka does get the 3-man ultimate though, but goes down. Meta Austin does secure
Elder
the
Dragon is just annihilating.
Oh my goodness,
Team
and
Joe
that should be game, folks.
Elder Dragon, Baron empowered minions. They're gonna push it down here.
And
what a
super long
series!
timers.
You know, Team Joe Mama. Yes, they did end up getting swept, but they did put up a fight. There were moments in these games where they could have certainly taken the game over. They did play very well, keeping up until late game here. Just unfortunate that Team Rocket did get going. Nayoshi getting really big.
Those flanks with the Viego at the Dragon Pit, right? I think that's really what changed it.
It looks like the two casters down bot did a ton of damage.
What a way to end the series, and what a way to end the season, right? They ended out with a bang. Those two guys at the bottom lane really did a lot of work, but I was really impressed with Nayoshi there, right? How many kills did he have there? I think it was almost to the 20s.
15, 5, and 5.
15, 5, and 5. Wow. Well, speaking of Nayoshi, he's actually going to be joining us here real quick. We welcome here Nayoshi. Congratulations for the series win, and also congratulations for taking the #1 seed going into the playoffs. How do you feel, and how do you guys feel as a team?
Oh man, that game was that my hands are shaking right now. It's my hands are really cold. I'm just glad we get to play with Ricky. This is our last game, in the season. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it was fun indeed. I mean, you played really well there. I mean, every time I look up, you were doing another kill after another, and even it was very impressive. Minho, do you have any questions here for Nayoshi?
Yeah. So Viego must have been a lot of fun, right? Resetting and all that. So I saw you flanking a lot. Were you mostly focusing on trying to get to that backline instead of being up there in front, or what was your game plan with this Viego pick?
Yeah. So I think because we had two APCs bot lane, we really needed someone that could do constant damage. It was either a Viego or a Jax mid, which would have been really good. My main focus was really was to farm. That's why I built Ravenous Hydra's third item and a Rage Blade. So I was just because everyone's constantly distracted, so I just pushing, and then they're focusing on the objective, and then I go back in the back lane when it's possible.
Yeah, man, those flanks were really good flanks. Definitely picked up at least 2 kills almost every time you got to their back line after, right?
Yeah, it was really dicey. They do a lot of damage.
Oh my goodness. But
and so Nayoshi, my question to you and Team Rocket as a whole, right? Mm-hmm. We saw you dominate with Viego mid, and we saw Hercules and Cucumber do an amazing job with the two casters down bot lane. Now, is this a scheme that you're planning to run in the playoffs? Something maybe these teams don't know how to play against, right? That's huge.
It's just we just wanted to have fun because we didn't want to try too hard. We didn't want to play macro, so we just why not? Kirk doesn't really play ADC. Let's go bot. Kim doesn't play ADC either, or support. It's let's put him there too.
Hey, sometimes you play your best when you're having fun. So I'm excited to see if this ever makes an appearance in the playoffs.
Let's also bring in Cucumber here, so we can ask him about those that weird comp that they have. Well, joining us here is Cucumber. Congratulations, good job. How do you feel about that game and that series?
It's really hard. It was, my team's just really good. They just carry me throughout the games, and yeah, everyone's super nice. Always good energy. So, yeah.
Cucumber, you had 36k damage dealt to champions. That is insane, right? And so I asked Nayoshi just now, will we see that make an appearance anywhere in the playoffs? That two caster bot. You can did a great job there.
Yeah, honestly, we really were just having fun. And it was really fun. Kirk, we were telling Kirk to go ADC because he never plays ADC, but yeah, we were just trying to have fun. Ricky was on the team. Ricky did so good, by the way. Ricky's an animal, bro.
Yeah, those macro rotations, man. Oh, so good.
So good.
All right, any final questions here for our two members of Team Rocket? Minho, any final words or questions here?
I'm just saying for Cucumber and Hercules here, I'm just saying both of you guys out-damaged everyone in the game. I'm just saying maybe there's some light, maybe there's some light to this, this new bot lane you guys got going on.
Maybe.
You know. Excited to see more, man. I'm just letting you guys know.
Thank you.
All right,
You guys
well,
are really good at casting.
yes, they are. They did an excellent job. So, Cucumber and Nayoshi, do you guys have any final words to the viewers and also to your future opponent, which is going to be SFC Telecom T1 in the playoffs? Any final words?
Just GG's. Thanks.
GG's.
Let's get it, boys. Let's get it, boys. Let's have fun.
Hey, Team Rocket, prepare for trouble, right?
Yeah. It's gonna make it double.
There you go.
Oh my goodness.
All right, well, we'll see you. Look forward to your game next week in the playoffs, and good luck. And we'll talk to you then.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, so we are now wrapping up the night and the season. We're gonna be doing a lottery or a raffle for the $25 gift card with the Amazon. I'd like to bring in KJ Freedom to talk about the actual $25 Amazon gift card that's being promoted here. So we are actually going to be playing a video regarding that. So KJ Freedom, there he is. I know he's busy with the production there.
What's up, guys? All right, so Amazon gift card is brought to you by Lanexus. That's a company, lanexus.com, provides software service. We'll play a 60-second ad for them, and then we'll do the drawings. That'll give us enough time. Be right back.
Yes, I did a final poll on the current viewers who are still here.
Oh, there it is.
We're all
Okay.
eligible.
Gonna load that up and do that live. So.
Yeah, we're gonna load that up. We're gonna do a raffle real quick, but we do want to make an amendment to who's eligible and who's not. I know last night we mentioned that those who are not eligible, basically it's changed to just 2 people. Production here and myself are not eligible. So the casters here, of course, are eligible. Both Trillion and Gabudente and even Keyline, the commissioner's eligible. So if you get picked, make sure you claim your prize. And we're going to be doing our spin momentarily here. Everyone is eligible. So
Here it is, guys.
you have the list, and we're gonna paste it on there. All right. So if your name appears more than once, that means you've been there for a long time. Your name might appear 4 times because you've been there since the very beginning. And we'll see how this goes. So, like I said, once it's picked, make sure you claim your prize in the chat and say, I'm here, and I will message you and let you know how to obtain your prize. Congratulations to Banana from last night. And let's see who's going to win this time. So, go ahead.
All right, ready, guys? We doing it?
Yep, let's do it.
Here it goes. I wonder if she's there.
And it's going to... It's funny that we say that and she wins the draw. But wait, is she here? Trillion, are you here?
She was just there.
No way! She says no way. So she is going to claim the $25 gift card.
Let's go!
Congratulations. Yep, she is here. She's here. So that's claimed, and that wraps up our raffle, and this also wraps up our regular season. And we are going to be starting the playoffs on Monday. Again, this is always Monday and Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Thank you to our casters here. But before I let you go, Minho, based on who you've seen so far and the teams that have played, right? And give me one team that you would see go all the way.
That I would see go all the way?
Yeah.
Man, I mean, based off of my previous games, I'm not sure if I could really trust my instincts, from what I saw previously, because now it seems like everyone's like bringing their A game, right? So, but I do want to see Joe Momma come back from this last game here and to really see them pull off some amazing stuff in playoffs. But honestly, I'm rooting for, I think Team Rocket has a good chance after seeing what they pulled off today. They definitely have a good chance on going all the way, I think. So
safe choice. The #1 seed going into the playoffs. Now, Raph, without the bias, that I know you're part Team Rocket. You started off with Team Rocket. I guess you see them going and taking this all the way to the championship.
Actually, my pick is SFC Telecom, and I'm willing to bet a $25 Amazon gift card. So let it be known right here.
All right, well, let's clip that. We're going to put that in Instagram, and we're going to see how that works. We will send out the schedule next week, who's going to be playing first. That's going to be decided after this cast. I'm going to get together with our commissioner, and the schedule will be released shortly. So any last words here from our casters? Minho, any shout-outs or final words here?
Well, shout out to everyone who is here, right? Shout out to the production staff, right? Shout out to Seth, everyone who is Rafi, Busty Bustos here, for casting and putting all the work into the stream. Everyone, behind the scenes as well. The viewers, right? Gotta give a shout out to them for being here, for helping the cause, right? So those are my shout outs.
All right, thank you, Minho. Rafi, any final words here before we wrap up tonight?
All right, y'all. So we're bringing the energy for the playoffs. Every viewer that was on here, bring 3 more friends. We're hiking this viewership up for the playoffs. It's going to be an amazing one. So thanks, everyone.
I'm looking forward to it. And thanks again to production, KJ Freedom, working behind the scenes there. And like what our excellent casters have mentioned, thank you to our viewers. And we will see you guys next week. I'm Seth, and we're signing off.